Attention. Welcome to the Different Spectrums podcast. We dive into the wild world of mental health discussions. Get ready for profound talks, a sprinkle of humor and sarcasm, and a touch of colorful language. Just a quick heads up, our show reflects our individual opinions, which may not align with the standpoint of the podcast, our featured guests, or any related corporate entities. Our mission? To illuminate through laughter and satire because everyone needs a good chuckle. Chill out and don't stress over the small stuff. Legal troubles? No, thank you. Cancel culture? Please spare us. We'd rather keep this space lawsuit free. So buckle up, have a good time, and join us as we navigate the vibrant realm of mental health on the Different Spectrums podcast. Hey everybody, we back again.
Hey, we're back again. We're back and we're live. I fucked it up.
Went Fat Albert there. Hey.
Hey.
There you go. Canceled. I'm Spencer, and your co-host, and of course we have our licensed clinical therapist, Naz.
Dr. Nas. Beautiful and luscious. Dr. Nas.
Remember, people, don't take us too seriously.
Or dude, that's completely up to you.
There you go. Also, don't forget to remember to run up those likes for us. We'd really appreciate it. It's been a while. So for today, we actually have a very special guest. He is a creator who's built a massive following by turning imagination into physical form, using 3D printing to really educate, inspire, and also create. On his frankly built channels, he's mixed tutorials, tech reviews, cosplay build projects, and also community support, helping makers from beginners to pros unlock what's possible with printers and creativity. Please welcome Frankly Built to the show.
Hi.
Hello.
I need to clip that intro and play it. I need to write that down because I need that for others.
Yeah.
It asked me for a bio, and I'm like, I don't know what to say about myself.
What
I'm
the
just gonna.
fuck do I know?
Yeah. What do I 3D print shit. Hi. Like, what do I say? But thank you
Yeah,
guys
that's
for
good.
having me.
Hello.
It's also a good looking man. He also got some biceps on him. I just noticed that bicep. I just seen it pop out. I'm like, oh, what did that do?
Frank is built, isn't he?
He is built different.
One of my buddies was like, hey man, you can actually divert to any different type of content you want. He's like, you can do car content, built. You can do gym content. Like, he's like, you can do whatever. You can do woodworking, car stuff. He's like, you can kind of, with the name, you can do whatever you want. Like, you know what?
That OF.
Well,
You know?
yeah, I know. Get the OnlyFans, that woodworking motherfucker.
So it's not only fans, it's only Franks.
Right.
Franks.
Only Frank.
Oh my God. Franks.
Only Franks.vip. It's a website I own. Go check it out. You're welcome.
Are you serious?
Yeah, only Franks.vip. You're welcome.
Oh my God.
Franks. He already bought it.
Joke. You actually got it.
Is it? I'm not.
I have merch. I have
virus.
sweatshirts and T-shirts in the other room.
Oh, it's much more wholesome. Okay, got it.
I mean, it depends. You got to click. You got to go click the link. Yeah, you got to go check it out.
Jumbo Franks. Hey, let's keep. What are we doing today?
I don't even know anymore. Honestly, I really don't.
Oh, wait, it's weird. Hold on, I just got an email that somebody subscribed to my OnlyFans. Dr. Nas at Gmail. That's weird.
Hold on now.
Hold up. Actually, you know what? The fact is that, like, you could say that people would actually believe it from the show. They'd be like, "Yep, that makes sense."
That makes sense.
It's just hot dogs. It's just hot dogs. That's all it is.
That's what they always say. They get you.
True. 100% real beef.
Another goddamn paywall I gotta get through.
Another paywall.
When does it end?
Anywho, thank you, Frank, for coming on the show. Appreciate it. Today,
swimmingly.
Going great. So today we're actually going to be covering the movie Captain America: Civil War. Definitely for me, one of my top 5 MCU films.
Yeah.
For me, top five.
What's your number one?
Oh,
it's number one.
Honestly,
I know, tough one, huh?
I would say Age of Ultron, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's underrated. I think a lot of people hate on it, but it actually brings in a lot of great characters like Quicksilver, And then also, Wanda, we got to see her for the first time through that film as
You
well.
know what? Yeah, it is nice. It is nice because everyone's kind of coming to their own.
Yes.
Tony and Bruce's banter through that whole movie is my absolute favorite.
So good. And that
Perfect.
leads to this film.
It
So
does.
there you go.
Damn near every villain introduced in the MCU is Tony Stark's fault, by the way.
Pretty much, yeah.
He is the reason for most of it. So
yeah, he should have had way more nightmares. I'm gonna be honest with you. He had that
the
one nightmare
PTSD
where he
makes
saw
sense
everybody
when you
dead.
really think about it. It's like you did a lot.
Yeah, you really are trying to murder people. But yeah, I would say Age of Ultron. Also, James Spader, that dude is amazing.
Beautiful.
Love all of his work.
Perfect psychotic. Yeah, especially the first intro where Ultron comes to life and he's just monologuing to the Avengers.
His
perfect. You're like, he's okay. He's a psycho. Got it. Cool.
And luckily, we're going to be seeing him again in the Vision show.
Vision Quest, yeah.
Yes, we're going to be watching. I can't wait for him to come back, and hopefully, he has a nice monologue because he has always
good at it. He's good at it.
Yeah. Oh gosh. All right. But yes, we're gonna be talking about Captain America: Civil War. We are actually going to be talking about a few different things like anger. How do we react to those times when we get angry? Sometimes people do it in different ways. Sometimes we act like Tony. Sometimes we act like Captain America. We act like Black Panther. It all depends. Zemo, that dude.
Angry
King Petty. Number one petty move.
To be fair, his whole family died.
So yeah, he would. Oh yeah, I think him and Kendrick Lamar would get along real good in the levels of pettiness. It's like, you did what? And he'd be like, yeah, at the Super Bowl, yeah.
Oh my god,
it happened.
Good reference. But yes, we're gonna talk about anger, reactions to it. We're also gonna be talking about shades of gray when it comes to anger and how we can react differently, but also at the same time, our anger can look differently in all types of ways. And we're gonna be talking about what you could do to seek help if you feel like maybe anger is actually destroying your life and ruining those friendships like Tony and Captain America. That friendship was ruined for a long time, and Captain America had to go into hiding after this.
Yeah.
So
it took Tony coming back from space, almost dying, for them to be like, we should talk.
He almost dies in space a lot though, so it's like, you're like, damn dude, you almost die in space all the time.
Yeah, that happened a few times. So.
I forgot
Avengers
so much.
If I had a nickel, yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird it happened twice. Yeah.
But yes, Nas, anything before we get into it?
I think it's gonna be a blast today. Already super fun. Just really excited to have him on here to talk about 3D printing as well. And all these different hobbies, what I'm constantly working with my neurodivergent, ADHD, autistic, OCD, keeping their hands busy, keeping their minds busy.
They love this shit.
Girl,
I love it. It's
girl, you got no idea. I was working with a kid that's having some pretty bad issues, a girly, and we were doing some trauma therapy. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna show you some cool app for grounding because we met a little later. For grounding, I'm gonna let you look at this Bamboo Labs catalog. We're gonna look at some shit I'm gonna print. And then I picked out some skateboarding things for the wall. I'm gonna print them for her. So you'd be surprised, man. Like, it's a cool ass shit you can do. It's fun.
I mean,
you made a career out of it, a living out of it, and it's just good times. It's good times. So I can't wait to talk about that and nerd out about more Marvel stuff.
Absolutely.
So let's get into it. Let's watch the scenes. Boop boop.
Boop boop.
Boop boop.
There it is.
Nice. There it is.
Boop, there it is. He got it.
I just noticed Herbie in the background too.
He's got his best Christmas fit on. Look at him.
That's awesome. I didn't see that. That's cool.
I assume you made that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
bought it. What?
I bought this.
As far as I know, and as far as the internet has led me to believe, I'm the only one with a full Herbie replica currently. There are people working on them in the Droid and Herbie builder groups and stuff.
Yeah.
But I have the only other one besides Pinewood Studios, the people who actually made the real one for the movie. They have a couple replicas and hero versions in that, and then there's the one at Disney that has a little roller ball from the Imagineers, and then this one. So
there you go.
Damn. Dope.
All right.
Dope.
I just came. So let's get into the pod.
Kirby, earmuffs.
I
Jesus
know.
Christ.
Yeah, no.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Bro, I
He's not
know
even a
this,
year
bro.
old. He's like
We
4
was in
months
group
old.
therapy.
Relax.
I don't have anything to show this with, and one of them always carries the squishmallow, and like people would say funny stuff, and she would just cover the ears and the eyes of the squishmallow. It was the cutest shit in the world, brother. It was so fucking cute. She was like, it was the purple guy from the Pokemon. It's the purple like little circle looking
Gengar?
thing. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. Mhm. All right, now we're doing the pod.
Sergeant Barnes.
Howard. Howard.
Tony. Did you know? I didn't know it was him. Shit. I just did you know. Yes.
It wasn't him, Tony. Hydra had control of his mind.
Move!
It wasn't him!
Left boot jet failing. Flight systems compromised.
He's not gonna stop. Go.
Targeting systems knackered, boss.
Am I balling it?
Do you even remember them? I remember all of them. This isn't gonna change what happened. I don't care. He killed my mom.
You should have seen his little face. Just try, okay? I'm going to bed. I love you.
I almost killed the wrong man.
Hardly an innocent one.
This is all you wanted. To see them rip each other apart.
My father lived outside the city. I thought we would be safe there. My son was excited. He could see the Iron Man from the car window. I told my wife, don't worry. They're fighting in the city. We're miles from harm. When the dust cleared and the screaming stopped, it took me 2 days until I found their bodies. And my father, still holding my wife and son in his arms. And the Avengers, they went home. I knew I couldn't kill them. More powerful men than me have tried. But if I could get them to kill each other, I'm sorry about your father. He seemed a good man. With a dutiful son.
Vengeance has consumed you. It's consuming them. I'm done letting it consume me. Justice will come soon enough.
Tell that to the dead.
The living are not done with you yet.
You can't beat him hand to hand.
Analyze his fight pattern.
Scanning. Countermeasures ready.
Let's kick his ass.
He's my friend. So was I. Stay down. Final warning.
I could do this all day.
That shield doesn't belong to you. You don't deserve it. My father made that shield.
We're back again.
Hey, we're back. We're live. This is live as the chapstick I put on my lips. I got a question.
Please stop.
I have an answer.
What's the correct way to put on, as a man, what's the correct way to put on a chapstick? Because I was putting on chapstick.
Is there a correct?
Well, obviously it's not.
There's a correct way. I have a good answer for that.
So I like to dab it. And then my client immediately, she said, "You're gay." I was like, "Girl."
I mean,
She said, "You're not supposed to dab it like that." I said, "I mean, it's better than putting it on like lipstick." Like,
that's pretty much everything you do, though. It's like, I walked, you're gay. I ate a taco, I'm gay. Like, come on, man.
so my next client, I said, "Go get your chapstick, and I want you to put it on." It's a grown ass man, and he put it on like lipstick. So I said, "That's gay."
But how much did he pucker? Was he like
no, there was no pucker. Like, no, it's kind of.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
I like to get one pucker in, just one.
Okay.
Just one.
So do
you can hand it to, see, take the chapstick, you hand it to the girl you're with, have her put it on and kiss her. That's the good way to put it on.
True. That is a good way.
So is dabbing not a known method? I feel like dabbing.
I think dabbing.
And you're probably not going to believe me. I don't think I've ever actually put chapstick on.
That's crazy.
Your lips aren't ever burnt, like in the winter. They just kind of turn into.
No. They just turn into very moist environments, humid, good. The Carolinas, Japan,
it's
moist.
It's moist.
Real moist environments. Yeah.
Real moist.
I'm gonna be back. All right. Well,
all right, fair enough.
I'm gonna leave it up to the followers and the fans.
All right, you're a dabber.
Do you dab it, or do you smooze it?
I just, a
smuts.
That's like how do you eat a popsicle? It's like, I just enjoy it. Okay, don't do that. I don't do that.
So you like bananas for the shape, not the taste. Got it.
Hey. This is a very dude podcast right now. I've never heard of that in my entire life.
I haven't eaten an apple like that. Let me tell you.
Oh my God. Well, there we go. I told her I was going to clip this and show it to people. She's like, "You can't." I was like, "Yeah, it's my own fucking podcast." I'm like, "I'm doing it." Okay.
Good for you. You tell that client of yours.
I tell that 15-year-old girl.
I know how to jab.
I got so mad. She held up a book. I was like, "That's gay." The way you held it. She's like, "Stop being petty, Nas." I'm like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, you lost that. The second,
I lost.
Yeah, that was it.
I know.
That was a wrap.
Take the L.
Good job.
Yep.
Take the L. Sit down.
I feel like shit. Okay, let's do it.
So, Frank, let's get into it. Could you, for our followers that may not know who you are, can you let us know, like, who are you? What do you do? How did you get into the industry that you're currently in? Let's start there.
I failed upwards a lot. Hi, I'm Frank. I 3D print stuff and teach you how. Back in 2019, I went to my first Comic-Con while I was living over in England. It was MCM London Comic-Con, and I got to see. I was always a geek. I grew up watching anime, building Gundam models, Marvel movies, all that. My dad got me into like Marvel movies and stuff. And went to a Comic-Con, saw the cosplay. I'm like, this is pretty cool. Okay, saw some people in an Iron Man suit. I'm like, okay, that's dope. What kid wouldn't want to make an Iron Man suit, right? Like you see Iron Man 1, 2, 3, you're like, yeah, that's sick. Like that'd be cool to have. Mm-hmm. But that's it. That's where the thought stops. But then Avengers Endgame came out. I think I went to the con in like May. Endgame came out like in June, and I'm like, that suit, like the suit he died in. Spoiler alert: 6 years ago. Tony dies. It's the Mark 85. There's a lot. I have it tattooed on my wrist here. I was like, I want that suit. Like that suit's gorgeous. It is beautiful. It's right there behind me. Right now. And it's called the Mark 85 because it was the first time that color scheme was introduced in Armored Adventures issue volume 85 with the red and gold, and that's why they dubbed it Mark 85. A lot going on there. Then I went home, started doing research. Like people make these cosplays and costumes and suits. Like how do I do this? What do I do? I looked in the foam, looked in the paper craft, looked in the Pepakura and resin, and landed on 3D printing. And printing had just hit a point where it was a lot cheaper than it used to be. The printer I started with was $500, the price of a game console, right? The price of a PS3 at the time or whatever. And it was pretty big, 300 by 300 by 350, I think, or 400 millimeters, big enough to do like helmets and large pieces. And I bought it and printed a couple little test things, printed a Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts, and then started printing the Iron Man suit. And it was a lot. It was a lot. And I had a YouTube channel at the time. Now, you guys are probably going to steal this idea from me. Please don't. I had this really awesome idea back
appropriation is your people's stuff, not my people's.
That's fair, but like, so
Go on.
don't take this idea. I had the idea to start a YouTube channel talking about cars. I know, revolutionary,
crazy.
A straight white male talking about cars on YouTube. I was gonna kill it. Nobody else saw my vision. So the channel was dead, and I recorded a video like, "Hey guys, I got a 3D printer. I'm gonna print dicks and stuff," and I started printing like parts of the Iron Man suit, and I uploaded a video. Hey, this is my plan. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm building it. And then people would ask questions. Hey, how'd you do that? I'd be like, oh, here's a video on how I did that. And it just was this feedback loop. And as I got farther and farther with stuff, people started like, oh, this hobby isn't that out of reach. I was like, oh, this dude's doing it in his garage. Like, okay, this is a lot more accessible. And I came from an automotive background. I came from a hands-on, I built models, I worked on cars, I knew electronics. Like, I kind of slowly gathered different skills that I needed without realizing it to make like an Iron Man cosplay. I just needed the canvas. I needed the suit, the plastic or whatever the hell to wire, paint, all my little hobbies and nerdy tisms like fit this perfectly. And I had no idea. It was like I was just like on side quests my whole life and like landed on cosplay and 3D printing. I'm like, oh, this is it. Like, this is what I've been waiting for. And I just really, I started with the suit, but then I'm like, oh, I can make a Buster Sword from Final Fantasy, and I can make stuff from anime and One Piece and video games. I'm like, oh, I can make whatever the hell I want. This is sick. And that was 7 years ago. And here we are. And now it's my full-time job.
You bitch.
I did it. I got it in there. I have
you.
like 1 year left to do that until I'm lying. But yeah, about 7 years ago. So
Like you've ruined it.
Yeah.
You were doing so good.
Just cuts the feed.
It's just
Damn
like,
it.
we're done here.
And I'm too slow to ever recognize when people say those numbers together. I'm too slow to actually recognize. I'm like, what? Oh, damn.
Yep. So that's my story. And I left the active duty Air Force after 10 years in 2021 to do this. 2022. Yep.
Okay, so you were doing this for a couple years throughout COVID, and then you were like, you know what, I'm good. Were you financially making any money before you left, or not? Not really.
Yeah, it started to climb, right? Like I had a steady income from the Air Force. I mean, I'll never discredit that. It got me on my feet, gave me a good career, good platform, good life skills, and all that. I can talk anybody who's been in the military. You can either talk anybody into it or out of it. Like, it just depends on which way you want to go in the conversation. I would never discourage anybody from it. Yes, go to college, try to get a degree or a trade school, something like that. It's not for everybody in the military, but like I did okay in school. I got A's in the things I cared about. I got D's in the shit I didn't care about. And guess what? That averages to not a scholarship. And
True.
So yeah, like, okay, I get to travel the world for 4 to 6 years on somebody else's dime. Everything's paid. Like, why not? Like, why not? It's not bad. And you leave, burn your GI Bill, go to school for 4 years for free, and they pay for your house and all that crap.
Yeah.
Not a bad life.
Yeah.
But it was doing good, but this started to take off more, and eventually I was making the same amount of money, and then slowly I was making a little bit more. And no, I'm not Mr. Beast. I'm not like rolling in it, but like I live comfortably, and I'm happy with that. Like, I'm like, you know what? I can be my own boss. This is a pipe dream. Who gets a chance to do? Like, I would be shitting in on the dreams of so many people if I was just like, oh, I have an opportunity to do this. Whatever. Like, I had to try,
Yeah.
So I went for it, and it was scary. It was scary as hell. A few weeks before I had to sign the paperwork to like separate from the military, my whole channel got demonetized. Like, yeah, oh yeah, talk about like the universe sending signals. Like, hey man, maybe not a good idea. It was a whole mix-up thing, and they thought I was stealing my own content from TikTok. They're like, "Hey, we found your content in other places. We think you're stealing it." It was my own goddamn TikTok that they had flagged, and they're like, "We see you're uploading these videos on YouTube." I'm like, "Yeah, it's me." So, yeah, it was scary, but we're making it work, and I have the coolest job in the world. So,
I mean, so this is like one of those generic questions, but like,
go for it.
what would you say is something that was the hardest thing you actually had to make with 3D printing that you're most proud of?
There are two answers to that. One was the most stressful thing, and I would absolutely never do it again. And F the company I had. It was the 7-foot Megatron costume I wore to the Transformers 1 premiere.
Okay.
Nothing to do with Paramount. It was a whole middleman party thing of miscommunication, mismanagement, mishandlement. Yeah, I had 45 days to make that costume, and it was just a nightmare start to finish. Yeah, that I still don't know really how I got that done in time. But there was just a lot that went wrong with it, and I don't know how we were able to pull that off. But it was a cool opportunity. Got to go to New York, walk the carpet in the costume. I was hired. I wasn't hired to like appear as like, oh, Frank something. No, I was help based. I was a performer. I was hired for the carpet to be in the costume, to be Megatron. 3 of my other friends were hired as Optimus, Bumblebee, and Alita. Like we all had suits. It was a cool experience once we were there and once we were done with it. But that was like the most stressful thing I've ever done. The second most stressful thing was Herbie. Me and my buddy Danny built him in 7 days for the Fantastic Four premiere. And yeah, like no 3D files existing to 7 days later, a working animatronic robot that we could drive around. Like he moves, his arms move, his head moves, his eyes rotate and stuff. 7 days.
Wow.
I could not have done that with anybody else but my best friend Danny, because everything I didn't know, he knew, and vice versa. And we just worked it. Everything lined up perfectly. And yeah, we got him done in 7 business days.
Damn, man.
Yep.
Damn.
And you were the premiere, so the red carpet type of premiere, you mean? So you just drove them down it?
So they wanted promotional like footage and stuff of Herbie at the premiere. We flew to LA, and it wasn't. So Danny actually lives in LA, which was funny because he was living with me for 2 months, like working with me and stuff in North Carolina. But then we had to fly back to LA, like 10 minutes down the road from his house. And he's like, "It's weird that I'm spending more time in California while I'm working for you." I'm like, "I don't know, man." So we built the robot, and we got to go to they called it the blue carpet premiere, Fantastic Four for her. And we got to drive him around and get a bunch of footage of him at the premiere. We gave him a little bow tie and a martini tray, or like a little serving tray with a martini glass and a shaker. And he was driving around pretending to like serve like martinis. So we got a bunch of footage there because they wanted me to post it on my socials too. Like it's all exposure, right? It's symbiotic. I show my audience Fantastic Four. They think about it. Oh, maybe I'll go see that movie. Blah blah blah. Parasocial, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the trade-off was they flew us out. We got to go to the premiere, got to see the movie. It was a really cool experience. We rushed him. Like there are issues. We didn't have time to fix things like it was once that coat of paint was on, it was like, I'm happy with that color, can't change it. Like it was immediate. So we weren't really happy with the results of it. But when we're driving him around, people from set and people who worked on the movie and were at the premiere who worked on Fantastic Four were like, "Oh, is that the Herbie from Pinewood? Like, is that the Herbie that's going to be taking photos outside?" They were mistaking ours with the movie production one that was going to be there later that night. So we were just like, I guess he does look kind of good.
I feel pretty good.
Talk about validation. Like immediate, just like, okay, cool. All right, no, we actually did, because we're our own worst critics, and no one had seen this goddamn thing while we built it. So like having people like that, because we had to get rid of our Herbie before the actual premiere started, because they had the real one there out on the carpet with like the movie cast.
Yeah.
Which I get like they wouldn't want ours.
Yeah.
They wanted the Herbie there. So like
Yeah.
we had to make ours F off, which was fine because then we got to just hang out and enjoy the premiere.
Yeah.
We didn't have to babysit.
Yeah.
So it was cool to have that validation. Like everybody was like, this thing looks so cool. It's so good. We're like, wow, imagine what we could have done with 8 days, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Would have had AI in it, probably, and all that shit, autonomous.
We know everything we did wrong. We know how we can make it better. I want to make a V2 because we've also been able to see inside the Herbie robot. We have friends and people in the builders community who have been able to like see the Pine Woods version. There's been photos leaked. Like we've seen how the internals are built. Like we can make it way better now to where it does everything it does in the movie. But we had compromises, right? We just wanted him to look around, and yeah. So I'm happy with him, but V2 will be a lot better.
That'd be sick. I can't wait to see that. That's actually going to be really awesome. And
I fell in love with this little guy. I was annoyed at the project, but like I love this thing. I want to make a new one. I brought him to a few cons already. People love him, and I'm like, this is cool. Because like I like Star Wars, I like those droids, but never enough to make one. This is my droid. Like this is, I love the little dude.
I'm ordained on one of the websites. I can make it happen. You know, I can marry you. You know,
oh my gosh,
we can make this official.
He's my son. I birthed him in 7 days with another male, completely platonically. Don't make it weird.
Hey, rested on the 7th.
FrankSweenus.com or whatever he said.
Frank Weenus.
Big Frank. Big Frank Weenus.
A bunch of elbows.
just come see my weenus.
Oh my God.
You said
it. So you talk a lot about. You have also talked about how you've done tutorial videos and just how you've helped creators online. Is there any story from the community that really kind of pokes out at you?
In terms of my own interactions or things I've been able to experience with other people in the community?
Yeah. Your own interaction.
There's a lot that pop into mind. Early on, I started getting messages from people. I'd get emails, I'd get DMs on Instagram from people saying, hey man, like, didn't know I could build this, didn't know I could do this, didn't know it was this accessible, thank you. And there's been different variations of those, but some of the harder hitting ones are when people are like, hey, I'm neurodivergent, hey, I'm on the spectrum, hey, I suffer from this, hey, I have COVID and depression go hand in hand. My God, the messages I got from people being like, I was in a dark place during COVID. I had nothing to do. I found cosplay. I found 3D print. I found this. And, you know, like I never read somebody's words thinking they're exaggerating because I feel like that would be disingenuous to the ones who aren't, who say like, I feel like this hobby saved me. I feel like finding the cosplay community saved me. And like, sometimes, you know, you might brush it off like, oh, it's not that serious. But like for one person, it might have been that serious. They might have been a day or two away from making a choice. Like you never know where somebody just needed that right distraction where they're like, oh, like, you know, this, maybe I'll try this. And then instead of doing it in a day, they haven't had that thought in months. Or they found a friend. Like there's so many different reasons or ways people can just find that one resource or find that one like thing that at the very least distracts them from how depressed they are. It's not going to cure it. That's not how that works, but it just distracts them long enough to like not want to anymore or not think about it as much. And then they haven't thought about it in a few days or they haven't thought about it in a few weeks. And next thing they know, they don't think about it anymore and they're better, you know? So getting messages like that, I've obviously gotten hate messages online. There's dumb people out there. It's like, cool, awesome. What's your goal here? And you know, one mean message can ruin 1,000 good comments, obviously.
Yep.
And you know, you latch on and people are like, oh, don't read your comments. Like I read all of my comments, all of them. And some people, I will never not. I don't respond to all of them. I browse through them. If you're ever on my YouTube videos and you see one like on every fucking comment, that's me going through my YouTube studio, and I'll put a heart on the ones I like really like. That means I like, you know, I read it, but every single one of my comments has at least one thumbs up, unless it's like a dumb comment. That's me reading them because I want to see what people are saying. I want to interact with people. And yeah, there's some, and honestly, everybody lost their creativity. I used to get like, oh, you're gay. It's like, what if I was? Who cares?
Yeah.
Why? Ooh, burn. Like, was it 2003? Shut up. Like, yeah, there's the creativity on some of the hate comments have just been like, okay, this is your, and I'll troll back. I love trolling back people. My God, I probably shouldn't. That's my own way of coping in therapy. Because it's just engagement in rage bait, and then I'll share it on Instagram and everybody laughs. I love that. I love trolling the idiots who, it's like, I grew up a mechanic in the military working on jet engines.
Hell yeah, bitch.
There's nothing you can say to me that I haven't heard in a work environment. Like, stop it. Like, stop. Shut up.
That
Go
boy
away.
has been through some shit.
Yeah, like, and trust me, what I want to say back to you would get me canceled. Can't do that. I have a following now, but just know I'm thinking it. But yeah, so like getting those messages and stuff, getting those emails where people are like, and I've gotten paragraphs from some people on emails, and I save those, and I don't share those. I don't post those anyway. Those are for me, my little feel good box, basically. And it's like, I've gotten some messages sometimes where like I could delete everything right now and be happy. You know, like I know I made a difference. Yeah, I'm building plastic waste landfill crap, and what am I contributing? I've gotten some messages like that. And it's like, cool, awesome, don't care. But that one person who just found a hobby or found a distraction or really locked in with one of these niches, I always take that to heart, and I always remember that, whether, you know, that erases any of the dumb, stupid comments. It's like somebody said it to me a long time ago, nobody who's sitting there on their phone scrolling and is going to leave a mean comment and has that time, no one whose life is going as good as yours has time for that.
Correct.
Like, they don't. They're not. I love my life. I'm not sitting there and be like, how can I make this person sad? Like, I don't. Go stop it.
Correct.
Yep.
Miserable fucks. So, brother,
Hey, big time.
I came across you because I think our homies at the Earth 98, goddamn it, 98 something 934 988 suicide prevention hotline. I don't fucking know what it was, but they said, I think they reached out to you and you joined. I just remember saying, yeah, man, this super famous fucking Iron Man guy, right? I was like, oh man, that's cool shit. Good for you guys, right? Because we just randomly did a pod. This is when we first started, like 3 some years ago, maybe 4 years ago, and you know, I think I might have just followed you on a few things, and then I'm just dinking around in the last, I don't know, couple months. And I got a new office now, right? My father is in my room. I'm in the master bedroom. I quit my job. I needed to have a real office to like do all the shit I was going to do. I was working off of a laptop and a fucking TV dinner tray, doing therapy for like years. And so then I was like, you know what? I want to get a fucking 3D printer. And then I was just watching some shit. And then here you are. The P1S. This is the one you need if you're a beginner. And I'm like, you selling ass motherfucker. Just selling it. So, and I didn't even look at anything else. I saw it. The fucker was on sale. Bought it. It came with this AMS shit. I didn't know what the fuck it was. Bought that. I didn't even buy any plastic because I was like, didn't realize you needed plastic. I thought motherfucker just printed shit.
You're not the only one to think that. You're fine. It's fine.
You got my
fine.
plastic.
You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
So then I got some plastic for it. When I went to those micro centers, bought the computer, went to the micro center, got some shit, and I printed these green fidget toys that came with the Get Up. Like, it came with it. Bamboo Labs came with one spool of this green print. And I made some fidget toys, and a couple clients liked it. Like, hell yeah, I'm gonna keep making these fucking things. So this is when Spencer brings that question to you, like, you know, what are some of these cool stories? Brother, I've printed everyone in my group therapy because I'm only online, but my group therapy is housed on campus at Purdue University. And yeah, fidget toys, brother. So now some of them, when I do individual therapy, they're playing with the toy that I made for them.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to buy them this $40 Ono roller thing that we like slang on here, right? So I'll make you the little cheap one. It cost me like 50 cents. And I seen them playing with it. I was like, this is fucking awesome. Many of my kids that have like nothing, shitty families, that trans, autistic, awesome, beautiful, gorgeous women, intelligent women. I work with a lot of black clients in these group therapies, PhD kids, smartest kids in America. And they're just trying to stay alive. And I'm making these toys and bringing them joy from these stupid fucking fidget toys. And they see me all happy, right? It's just fucking fantastic. So watching you help me bring joy to these other humans that are wonderful angels, but they're going through a lot of shit. So I think that's pretty cool, man. Is like, this is the impact you had. I bought some shit randomly, and now these awesome ass kids, like family members dying of like cancer and strokes and shit, and then just trying to make it in school. And I mean, it doesn't matter how often you talk to me. That's not going to cure the shit that's going on at home. But if I give you like a little fidget toy and some joy, it helps. So I appreciate you, brother. I randomly came upon your crazy ass, and now you're helping me like save some lives. So it's pretty fucking cool, dude. Yeah, you impact a therapist, you impact a lot of lives.
It's weird to, especially at Comic-Cons, going to events and stuff and meeting people who would have come up and said, you know, like, oh, I got into this hobby because of you. I did it, you know, like I never know what to do with my hands. You know, I'm just like, oh, thanks. Nice to meet you. Like, keep my side. Keep my side.
Body side.
Yeah, keep my side. It's fine. It's fine. So I just like making stuff, and I like teaching people how to make that stuff because I never wanted to be gatekeepy with anything. I like, hey, like I made this thing. This is how you make this thing.
Yep.
Good luck. You know, like and it's a way I kind of also justify there because I make waste plastic. I got a box of wasted plastic prints I'm going to donate to like a local makerspace, and it's just random toys and bullshit.
Yep.
Things that will probably end up in the landfill. I get that. But if by one of my videos somebody sees an Iron Man helmet, a Samus helmet, whatever, and then they get into printing and they start to explore the more engineering side and applications, and they get into engineering or architecture or whatever, they now have a couple more skills under their belt. They understand that 3D printing is a resource. They understand additive manufacturing. As that evolves in the medical fields, in the automotive fields, in the aerospace fields, this is now something they have an understanding of where somebody 10 years ago wouldn't have. They didn't. Yep. That wasn't an option. So just getting people introduced to the hobby and the technology sooner, it's just going to benefit people in the long run, hopefully, that they might be able to go and do some pretty cool shit one day with it. Relativity Space, they 3D print rocket ships. They are one of SpaceX's direct competitors. That's where my best friend Danny works. He works for Relativity Space, and they metal 3D print rocket ships. And the technology and the philosophy, 3D telemetry, additive manufacturing, it's all the same principles as the tiny little plastic desktop printers. Yes, it's a much more advanced technology, but it's the same. It's fused deposition. It's selective laser sintering. Like it's the same concept. And if you understand basic FDM printing, I can explain an SLS or an SLA machine to you. I can explain what's happening with it and how the applications can be applied and scaled to be able to print things that traditional manufacturing can't. CNC, milling, welding, things like there are certain parts you just can't make with that, but you can make it with a metal 3D printer because of the way it is. And so having that application with production and engineering, it's just more tools under your tool belt, right? It's, oh, I can invent this thing because I understand how this technology works. I can rapid prototype this new idea because I have a 3D printer right here on my desk that instead of having to send a prototype design out, having to wait for somebody to manufacture it and mail it back, I can iterate it in real time in a couple hours and test it, you know? And so it just unlocks so much more stuff to be able to do that you can just print. You can print stuff now in your house. Yeah, it's insane.
Crazy.
It's only getting better. Something that we talk about on here is nostalgia.
What's that?
I know. What is that? What's that thing? You know, me being like, you know, in my age group, I'm 31, and so it's like when we were kids, we couldn't afford things and we couldn't get certain things and that we wanted. But at some point when we got older, we're like, I can buy these things now. Or for your case, you can make these things now. Does nostalgia ever enter your mind when you're making things and you're like, I can fucking
oh, buddy. If you can see the display case back there, it is half of the shit I've printed.
There you
go. Like I said, like, oh, I can make a Buster Sword for Final Fantasy VII.
Right. Yep.
I mean, it did come back. There was a resurgence with the new, but it wasn't at the time. Power Rangers helmets, Samus, Metroid, like all of it. It's like, oh, I can finally make this geeky ass thing, a Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts. Like, it was all nostalgia. It's amazing. And what's great about the hobby is, spoiler alert, I don't know how to 3D model. I don't 3D model my own stuff.
Oh.
I haven't needed to. Yeah, wild. I know how to print good, paint good. I can paint real good. But
You might be Mexican.
maybe
I can make that joke. I can make that joke.
So I can build all the stuff good. However, I can't. I understand 3D modeling. I understand 3D telemetry. I can model and modify like a little bit just out of necessity and like scaling and stuff. But there are people out there who love 3D modeling. That's their thing. And they, once things come out, they design it, they put it up for free, or they put it up for sale because they put work and labor and effort into that. They should be compensated for it.
Yep.
So the second a new video game, a new IP, a new thing you like, even an old thing you like because it's nostalgic, it's from the 90s, it's whatever, there's probably somebody who 3D modeled that thing. Beetleborgs helmets. Remember Beetleborgs?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. You probably haven't thought about that in years.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Bitch.
I want to print the Beetleborgs helmets, and there's models for that out there. You go buy them, print them. Done.
Because to buy a helmet's a couple $100 now, so you can print the shit if you put some time into it.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for a Daft Punk helmet, and those things are fucking expensive.
They are expensive. They're even printing them with all the electronics that go into the helmets. There's a lot there, but like you can get it close enough. Fair. Yeah, nostalgia, just kind of printing something. I'm like, or looking at something or remembering something. It's like, damn, I've always wanted to print that. I still want the original 7 Power Ranger helmets, like the original 5 colors. I have a White Ranger helmet over there. I want those.
Did you make it, or are you talking about the Lightning Collection, or what are you talking about?
No, I want to make them. No, I'm going to make them.
That's what I figured.
I made I have a white. It's actually a concept version from 2017 where they did a refresh of the suit. So it's like a sleeker version of the White Ranger helmet, but it's like, I love it. It's sick. It's actually more gold than it is white because obviously there's no suit. But and there's a lot of people that resonate with that because a lot of us are just geeks and nerds. You got into it. Star Wars, Star Trek, Power Rangers, everybody started somewhere. Pokemon.
We just start pulling out nerdy shit spins. Pull out some nerdy shit spins.
Do you know how many people still don't know that Pokemon was anime?
Yeah, anime.
A lot of people grew up on Pokemon. They're like, oh, I love Pokemon. It's like, dog, it was anime. You just didn't know it because it was the first one ever introduced to you.
Then Dragon Ball Z.
Same with like Avatar: Last Airbender. That like some people say that's not anime.
It's not.
It
is the only show that gets an honorary anime mention because it fucking deserves it. No one will argue if you say it is.
No,
it isn't. It was produced. It was parts of it were animated in Korea, outsourced from Nickelodeon. There's a lot going on there, but it deserves it. It is a perfect perfect show. And anybody animating fight scenes or looking for that final fight scene with
crazy.
Oh my God. Like that was just an anime fight. Like through and through. That was a Dragon Ball Z ass fight.
Yes, totally.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. The live action it sucks. I'm sorry. It sucks. That's my opinion.
It got me into watching the actual show though. So I mean I give it credit for that for someone who's never watched it.
Like the same thing with the One Piece live action. And I love One Piece. I was excited for the live action. I actually enjoyed the live action. But if you had never seen One Piece at all, and you watched, I know a lot of people who got into the anime because of live action.
That's fair.
Good.
Me too.
Perfect.
I did.
That's fair. And that's fair. Like if you get into it stuff, but it's like for me, and especially since I watched the cartoon first, obviously, it's like I watched it and then
the
storyline just doesn't make sense. And then Aang isn't like a happy, like go lucky kid. He's like this fucking mature
Aang in episode 1 is season 3 Aang.
Yeah.
That's it.
Totally.
There's no childish to him. There's no whimsy. He's like accepted that it's like, no, man, like he's supposed to goof off and fuck around for a few months.
He's 112.
Sokka's not a sexist. He's supposed to be. There's no redemption arc there. Yeah. And they did Zuko and Uncle real good. They like that. I think they got them good.
I liked it.
But the 3 main, they're just like, this is awful. It's it makes
Then
sense why the creators left the
Yeah,
production.
and they
So.
introduced everything like way too soon.
That's what's
Like
nice,
they
yeah.
introduced like the owl and everything like that, like way too soon before they got into like
I don't.
the tower. And you're like, what are y'all doing? Like you're
It's
taking away things.
you literally have the template.
It's perfect.
Look, you have a perfect show, and you just saw what they did with One Piece. Do that. They did it. For some reason, Netflix had the balls to be like, you know what? I know we really effed up Cowboy Bebop
Yeah, that's what everyone said.
massively,
That was
but you
bad.
know what we should
That was
try?
bad.
You know what we should try? We should try to go after the biggest manga anime IP in the world, and they did it. So like, what happened? Like someone in a room had an attempt, like, hey, just do this, figure this out, and you messed up Death Note, Cowboy Bebop, and butchered Avatar. It's like, what?
Yeah.
How did you nail One Piece?
I
Like,
know.
what did you do,
They got
man?
so they got lucky with that one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think it's because of
Wait,
the
go ahead.
amount of restrictions that Oda had with the
yeah.
script. He couldn't have left. Like
No.
he was. They couldn't have kicked him out. That was it. Done. So
Yeah.
there's a
And I
lot about
think-
the live action One Piece, which I love. It's a spoil. The
I
first
liked it.
episode of live action One Piece is a huge spoiler to
Yeah.
the manga, and people don't even realize it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't fully gotten into the manga yet. I plan on getting to that this summer.
Yeah, hindsight is crazy when you get to rewrite because Oda was
Yeah.
still figuring stuff out through One
Mm.
Piece, and there's a big revelation, chapter 1100. Like you learn more, and they actually use that to alter some scenes, or like you wouldn't know it was a spoiler unless you knew. So it's not a spoiler to you or anything. But like Luffy being drawn to his devil fruit, where he walks into the back room in the live action, he like finds the box and eats the fruit. That's a whole spoiler. Like that's not how it happened in the manga. He was just sitting at a bar. He was hungry and was just like, that's it.
Mm.
But the fact that they changed it because of some revelations later in the manga, that little scene of him being drawn, it's like, why was he drawn to it? Did it call to him? Blah, blah, blah. We didn't. That's a massive. That's like, we don't figure that out till way later in the manga, but you got fed that in episode like 1 or 2. And now you're thinking about it. Like, did he get called to the fruit? It's like, yeah, he did. The live action showed you he did. So,
have you printed any? I haven't thought about this word in a long. Have you printed any Digimon stuff? Does it
Digimon.
Digimon?
Digimon rules. No, I haven't printed my one of my buddies. Dylan,
I remember being addicted to it. I don't even remember any of the shit though.
Digital monsters. Yeah, Agumon,
Digimon,
Gabumon.
Digital monsters.
I just learned why their last name was Mon. Like, obviously, it's shortened because it's digital monsters, right?
Right.
But it's their file name because they're all files. It's agu.mon. It's gabu.mon.
That makes
It's
sense.
anja.mon because they're files in a computer. So they all have the ending little, .mon.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's cool. No Digimon stuff.
I'm gonna have to look up. I'm sure there's some files on that.
Oh yeah, no, you can print life size Digimon. My buddy Dylan, is it Saturday Morning Props now? I think it's Saturday Morning Props. He just printed like a life size Agumon, like a 3-foot Agumon statue. He was walking around with it at Comic-Con on his shoulders and stuff. It was really funny.
That's awesome, dude.
Like Yoda.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was Yoda and Luke, except it was Dylan and Agumon.
Bro, this 3D printing stuff is crazy, man. I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
What else? These great questions, Spence. What else you got? I know it's just taking longer. Pause before Frank. How much time you got, brother? Because we're having a
much time as you need. Let's go. Chilling.
damn. I take it. I let me take a seat, Alice.
Blocked out.
I ruined it. Spencer's face. No, look, Spencer's face is my dad's face. He's like, oh, you stupid son of a-"
Yeah, I stole the look from him because it's the perfect look
It
for
did.
everything
It's the
you
perfect-
say.
Ugh.
Just God.
He does that to
Again.
me all the time.
Again.
What else you got, Spence?
So for you, in your opinion, how do you see like in the next 10 years, how do you see 3D printing evolving from what it is now?
Yikes. Big question. So we are quickly approaching the speed at which you can melt and cool plastic. We are beginning to reach and see the limitations of that material. What it's going to start evolving into is new materials, stronger materials. We would need to also redevelop the actual size of in diameter of the spool of filament, because you need a certain amount of time to get the plastic melted, get a certain pressure in the nozzle, and eject it. So there's a whole science in like, all right, if you make the filament a little skinnier, then it needs less heat, which means you can print it faster and heat it up and then cool it down quick. So there's a lot to figure out there, but we're like really close to the speed limits of how fast this plastic can come out. And it's not also about speed, it's also about quality. There's printers that can go incredibly fast, and then the print they give you looks like shit, but it's like, well, it printed in 5 seconds. It's like, yeah, but like, who's this for? As the technology is getting more consumer and hobby friendly, I think one of the next introductions, I'd say in 5 years or less, I think there's going to be more of a foothold of AI in 3D printing.
Totally.
And I only mean that in a communicative way of there's a video on YouTube right now. It came out like a year ago. This kid had taken it was an Alexa or a Google Home, and then he had linked a bunch of node systems through ChatGPT, and he could literally talk. It wasn't just the printer; it was his computer, it was a neural net, it was a lot. But it was like, hey Siri, find me a model of a phone holder, and then on his TV it popped up a couple models. He's like, the left one, and then the node system would download it, import it into Bamboo Studio, and then click the auto orient button, and then generate supports, and like it just went through the process, just mimicking button clicking basically. And then it's like, all right, that looks good, send the print, and then it would send it to the printer. So he was hands off, but he could just tell his printer to work. I think in the next 5 years we're going to see a condensed version of that, where you can your printer itself will have some type of AI interface, because already I can open up my phone, go to Bamboo Studio, Bamboo Handy, and find a model that's already pre-sliced for the printer I want, hit send, and it prints. Because somebody else already pre-oriented it and stuff. I think if a 3D printer company gets the printers, if you eliminate you even having to like go into the program for most consumers, where they just want the thing. I need, that's what I need. I want that, right? It's like you're shopping. It's like, oh, I need a phone stand, or I need something for my knife to hang it on the wall. And they just knows, and it can make, that one, and it just sends and prints. I think that's the next evolution of it, making it just a little bit more user friendly.
That makes sense.
We're one step away from a microwave. Like where you buy a microwave, you plug it in, it works, done. That's all it needs to do. You never think about what's going on with it. You never worry about what's going on with it. We're like one step away from that, I think, with some modern 3D printers, where you still need to think about, like, see that red light blinking right there?
Yeah.
That printer failed. That printer has a big clog, and I can see it from here. Okay. So it had an issue. I'm printing a lot of little nuts and bolts and screws. I was expecting it. It's fine. But so we're not quite there yet, but we're getting pretty close with it. So I think that's one of the next evolutions of it. And then SLA printing, like resin printing, that is a whole other crazy technology that I don't really see how it can get better. It can get better, but there's a different way it gets better. And then a company might be sending me a actual legitimate hobby level metal 3D printer. So it prints in powdered metal and uses laser sintering to make a actual solid metal piece. The same technology that's being used to 3D print those rocket ships I was talking about. And I'm about to have a consumer, smaller version in my garage. Incredible safety and fire hazard. My God. I'm very interested to see what this thing is like, but it's a $15,000 metal 3D printer.
Where you live at?
Its build volume ain't that big. It can't print that big, but like it can print. We'll see.
Question. So all the printers that you got in there, how do you got some good ass filtration systems in there, right? How are you not getting smoked out right now from all the plastic?
A lot of these it's with the material I'm printing in, and these printers have filtration systems in them.
Okay.
The H2 series, the Bamboo H2s, and I'm only really doing PLA in here, polylactic acid. So the fumes on that aren't too bad. It kind of just smells like maple syrup, actually, which is kind of nice. And then all the printers are in my garage, where that has good air circulation and ventilation. So if I'm printing in ABSs or ASAs, it kind of just fade washes out.
So
It's not too-
is it safe to have a P1S printing pre-LA in my room or no? Because you can smell it, and it kind of smells like it's burning plastic, right? It smells like burning plastic.
It's melted plastic. Is it in your bedroom while you're sleeping next to you?
It was in my bedroom, right? It was right behind me, and I moved it out. I put it in the master bathroom, but I put a filter in there, and I turned the exhaust fan on.
Yeah, I wouldn't print with it in the room you're in. There's still a lot coming out about microplastics, even the PLA, which is supposed to be non-toxic, PTG and PLA. You're still melting plastic. So unless you have it in an enclosure with an actual HEPA filter, are you printing enough? Or is someone like a normal consumer printing enough to probably ever feel adverse effects when dealing with PLA or PETG? Probably not. Don't quote me, but probably not. Me, maybe. Yeah, I don't. These aren't in my bedroom, and I print with some stronger materials, more toxic materials. Where that's in my garage. Yeah.
Okay. So I moved it out because my dad was like, "Hey man, I'm getting fucking nauseous. This shit, it smells."
It can smell. I wouldn't put the printer next to your bed and hook up a CPAP machine to it. Probably not a good idea. But like in the other room, it's usually
it's in the bathroom, my guy. It's in the master bathroom. Like I couldn't figure out where else to put it because I didn't want to put it in the garage because it's cold as shit in the garage.
They can be affected by cold depending on it's starting up with its heating processes and stuff, and it can error out if it gets too cold.
Yeah.
Because it can't warm up properly.
Yeah.
But you can get filtration systems on Bamboo's website for it that like hook onto the back, or you can get like extractor fans. Honestly, just putting an air purifier like behind it where the vent is can go a long way, and you'll be fine.
Okay. That was my question. What random for the folks that are getting new into this? What's some of the most common questions that you get for like rookies doing this? Like folks like me that are just like just printing shit and just trying to figure it out. What's the most common question? Yeah. You get it out the box. What's the most common questions for the rookies listening?
One of the most common questions is the size of different things people want to print. I see that more than anything. Well, is that printer big enough to do A, B, or C? Oh, how can I print that on my small printer? It's like, well, you can cut up the models. I think that is the first skill anybody should learn is how to cut up a 3D model. Okay. And you can do it in the slicing programs now. You can do it in Bamboo Studio, Creality Print. Like you can do it all. And it's literally just a butcher block. You're literally just taking the print and you're just like cutting it into different shapes and stuff. Is it going to be pretty? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. And sometimes 3D modelers, like I can go and get this 3D model on Maker World and all the white, everything's separated. So I can print all the white parts and build it like a Lego kit because if I wanted to print it bigger, but I have a small printer, I can't fit this whole thing on one printer. I need to break it up into little bits. That's probably the most common question because a lot of the other questions just don't exist anymore. The questions I grew up into the hobby, how do I level this bed? What's this temp error issue? What's a good profile for this filament? Oh, like how do I get this filament to stick? There's issues that like you're just never going to run into in the hobby now because they just don't exist. Those issues with the machines have been teased out where, you know, how did that printer know I had an error? It's because it has a camera and an AI system in it watching it. Where 2 years ago, it just would have kept going and I would have come back to a giant blob of plastic. But
I know. Right now. When you get that spaghetti shit and it's been running for like 3-4 hours, I'll be like, motherfucker, man.
Right there. AI, spaghetti detected. What do you want to do? You want to skip it? Do you want to cancel? Stop printing. And now that light's won't be red anymore in a second.
There you go. It's not red.
There it is. Now it's off. And like
watch it.
It's so just I think it's first world problems with 3D printing. It's like how do I fit the thing I want to print on the printer?
Right.
Get a bigger printer or cut it up. That's it. You know?
Okay. Always an option. Cut them up.
Hack and slash. If I can print an Iron Man suit on a small 3D printer, you can figure.
You said so. You printed a lot of this on smaller printers, right? Because I just saw one of your recent videos. I don't know if it was recent. Spence, he got this big ass 3D printer and he was reading off what people told him to do. They were like, just print a big ass block. And it said it'd take him like 200 and 300 days. It was some funny ass shit people sent him, man. It's funny.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I actually, so I have a company that's reposting all my content. They're chopping it up and reposting it on my Facebook page. They run my Facebook page now, which is great.
Okay.
So I literally last night I was watching that same video and I forgot how much of an asshole in that video was. I was snarky.
You were.
I'm like, damn, I had some good jokes in this one. Son of a, I was like, damn, this is
okay.
I need to bring this back. Yeah.
So and then I'll pivot into this. So I was going to DM you on Facebook, but I can't fucking. It wouldn't let me hit the button to get send. My phone like keeps. Because I don't know, it's in the way. My phone is in the way, so it won't let
I'm
me hit
glad
send.
you didn't, because I don't really look at my Facebook messages because there's a lot,
There you
especially
go.
with people, especially with the company reposting a lot of my old content.
Yep.
It's like it's just a mishmash of like, hey, I thought you didn't like that printer, or oh, you haven't talked about this printer in 2 years. It's like it's an old video. Shit.
No video.
Oh. So there's a lot of just weird, like that video about the Orange Storm, the big printer.
Yep.
Somebody commented like, oh, you finally got it working, or oh, you haven't used this in 2 years. It's like, well, yeah, because this video came out 2 years ago.
Oh,
but,
there you go. I just saw it.
so
So
it's working.
Your Instagram, you do pay closer attention to, it looks like, and your YouTube.
Instagram is always the best way to get a hold of me, because I'll go through there every day and I go to hidden requests, and I only got 2 right now. I check all my message requests. I don't let them sit there, because you never know who's trying to reach out to you. And I've gotten some really cool connections, met some cool people, had some really cool opportunities just by reading them. You never know who's watching.
Yep.
We appreciate that on this podcast, because we've had a lot of messages go out to people that it's definitely going to be hidden messages, and like we're like, this would be perfect for you, like come on the show, and then they never see it. So.
Yeah, email. Also, I try. Obviously, I have my business email and stuff, so I'm always through that, and invites and brand collaborations and stuff. So
it was
Instagram
awesome.
or emails.
It was awesome to get a hold of you. I didn't think it was gonna work, right? I mean, I just shot it in the dark when I'm printing some shit. This motherfucking 3D printer, and I'm like, email this motherfucker. And I was like, you want to come on the podcast? You're like, sure. I was like, damn, okay.
Not that power.
Yes. Yes.
That's awesome.
That's my armada.
All right, that was awesome.
I'll bill you after. It's fine.
Son of a bitch. I said,
we didn't have him on.
No, I give you. You can bill it to my dad. Yep. Sam.
You owe this man $1.
Gotta Google him.
No, you can Google him. Yeah, you can bill it to him. You go right to collections, and you can get fucked. So, shout out, Dad.
Shout out. My next question. This has to do with little Frank.
Baby Frank.
Wee Frank.
Mini Frank.
If you could live now and you could have like a 3D printer when you were a kid, would you do it? Would you want one as a kid? Do you think like engineer Frank would be like, I want this shit right now?
Not about engineer Frank, but building Legos and Gundam model Frank. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Definitely wanted it.
Just starting younger in terms of just having access to that level of creativity and being able to mess with things like that. Yeah, that would have been. I don't even know, man. I'd play in the woods and play with cardboard boxes and stuff. I'd get the toy and play with the box as much as I play with the toy. It's like, so yeah, just being able to like make anything, especially being younger. I had during COVID when I would do like Zoom calls and stuff with like schools and teachers, and like I'd talk to like kids in a class or whatever, and just talked about 3D printing and stuff. Which I still love doing. So if any educational facilities or teachers
I'll help you push it.
Hey man, hit me up. Again, email, Instagram. I love teaching. I teach some classes at a local makerspace in town, just about 3D printing and stuff. And the teacher, this like 5th or 6th grade teacher, he's like, hey man, like we were talking before or after the call. He's like, I'm jealous. You have the best way to lie to kids. And I'm like, huh? He's like, if I walk into class tomorrow and I'm like, hey kids, it was some science teacher. He's like, hey kids, you want to learn coding? They're going to look at me like I'm crazy. They're going to be like, get the F out of here. Like, what are you? But if you walk in, you're like, hey guys, you want to learn how to make an Iron Man helmet? They're not going to know by the end of they come out the other end. They've learned a little bit of 3D modeling and telemetry. They understand 3D space. They understand 3D printing, a little bit of temperature, a little bit of the mechanics go into it. The painting, the coding, the mechanical aspects of the helmet itself. You just trick them into being introduced into all of these, and they just see an Iron Man helmet. And maybe one of them is like, damn, I really liked the painting of this. Or, oh, you know what? It was cool doing the coding, and how can I tweak that? So you can trick them into being exposed to all of these things that otherwise they never would have been exposed to, and I never could have forced down their throat, Mm-hmm. So I kind of took that to heart. I'm like, oh, I guess I do kind of have like a little, like literally a mask. It's like hey, look at the cool shiny thing, but hey, also there's science and engineering that goes into it. So I've definitely taken that to heart, and like, yeah, just getting people introduced as young as possible into how to make this stuff.
Totally. And I think it was a great, I think the best teachers are those who know how to be relatable with their students and know how to actually reach them in different ways than just throwing the content at
How
them
do I
through the
reach these
book.
kids?
How do I reach these
It's
kids?
Reference for the normies.
Oh, it's a what is it?
South Park. Well, it's a movie, but
It
it's
was a
a South Park joke.
movie, and I actually
Yeah,
watched this movie when I was like in
it's a
middle
good
school or
movie.
something
Oh
like
my
that.
god.
I forgot what the movie was called, but it was a great movie about this Hispanic teacher who goes into like it's the classic like goes into like the
Is it the
like
old school creepy Mexican guy?
yeah
Yeah.
yeah
Okay, I know that school when he goes
yeah
not to
yeah.
school, but
They always
yeah.
go into like the shitty neighborhood schools and they're like, I
Yep.
got to teach these kids.
Stand and deliver.
Stand and Deliver. Great
Yeah,
film. Great
yeah.
film, by the way.
Yeah.
But
And then
yeah,
South Park parodied it. Yeah, which
they
to
did.
arguably better results, but
It was.
Yeah, it's him. Yeah, he's such a good
Yeah.
fucking actor, bro.
It
yeah,
was.
it's a good movie.
Let's
It's
shout
all
this
good.
guy
That's a
out.
good movie.
Edward James Olmos.
Oh yeah, he needs a shout out for sure. I'm
All
sure.
Let's shout
Yeah.
this guy out.
Never heard of him.
That's a scary motherfucker there, right, boy. I was scared of that motherfucker my whole life.
But yeah, I think in the future, I think more schools and stuff like that are going to have 3D printers,
I think so.
especially
yeah.
since the prices
yeah.
go down and things like that, especially engineering classes. And I
Yeah.
think it's also a great opportunity to just teach kids in different ways on how to like build things. I mean, like workshop, like wood shop is, I think that's going to be a thing of the past. I think it's already kind of going in that direction, but I think
I think it'll turn into more of a shops class where it's a
Yeah.
conglomeration of not because I did metal shop.
Mhm.
There was a wood shop. There was an automotive shop. I think it's going to be more of it's going to be the just the garage hobbies or the shop hobbies where we're going to teach you how to use some woodworking tools, some metal tools, how to that type of stuff, and then 3D printer very well sit right in the corner. Like, hey, you can use this to make jigs. You can use this to make brackets. You can use this to make tool holders, specialty tools and shit like that.
Yeah.
So, man, it's and then the whole engineering aspect. Me and Danny taught a class. We taught a college class in Hazard, Kentucky, to a community college of engineering students who they knew so little about 3D printing. Like we were there to talk. We called it was a Iron Man Aerospace because it was like we kind of covered everything. Like he's in the aerospace industry doing 3D printing, but we both also started with the hobby level 3D printing. So we kind of covered this broad spectrum of how to get into the hobby, what are the available options, what's even happening, and just again giving them that tool of like, hey, here's another manufacturing process that can actually probably help a lot of you. Like you guys are in the middle of Kentucky, but you can iterate and design in real time parts and prototype here. You don't need to send it out anywhere. You can see if your design works. You can print it, make a tweak, print it, make a tweak, and like you can go through 20 iterations in a day if you need to. Oh my God, a couple of years ago, you would have never dreamed of something like that. So, and they just the whole time they just had so many questions about it because they knew so little about it. It's like you guys are college students, and you're like, what? So the younger you get introduced to it, some of them did know, some of them were into the hobby, but like most of them were just like, you can print in gold. It's like, yeah, you can. It's a metal. Yeah, you can print gold. You can print if you can. I love gold. If you can spool it up, if you can make it in a spool form, you can 3D print it, and it's just getting crazier and better.
I know we're getting into the weeds with some of the good stuff, but like some folks are gonna love this talk with us. Not all our talks about mental health or autism. Not all of them with athletes and other therapists, but
this is TISM. Like this is
it is. So
the
some other folks may not pay attention to the whole thing, but for those of the folks that are intrigued in this, what would you say would be a beginner? Because I might have saw the old reel because it was definitely Facebook about the P1S. What would you recommend for like a lot of folks right now that are just beginner phase?
You're not gonna like this. It's no, it's still actually the P1S. It's like $399. It's like the best goddamn printer out there. It's such a good print. It's such a good print. There are cheaper options. Obviously, $400 is a lot. It's a big.
It is.
If somebody burned $400 in front of me, I'd punch them. Like, are you kidding me? The best entry level one right now that I would recommend is the Bamboo A1. It is $279 right now. It is the best bed slinger on the market. If you just can't do that, $180. It is the Elegoo Neptune 4. It's a bed slinger. It doesn't have all the features of the A1, but it's $180. It's not the biggest investment. and you get it, you don't love it, okay, you spent 180, you do love it, you're going to upgrade, you're going to know it's a good entry level, especially for a kid or something. It has just enough features to get you started. So yeah, the Elegoo Neptune 4, if you really are on a budget, because you can get that and a roll of filament for $200, and there's always weird sales on Elegoo's website. But if like you want the best entry level one, $279 is the Bamboo A1, $400 is the Bamboo P1S, and I have 4 P1Ss in my garage. They're still going strong. One of them has over 2,000 print hours on it, and they just work. You fire them up, they work.
Yep.
It's
okay. I'm glad. What's the difference between that and the P2S? Right, that just got some new gadgets.
P2S. The P2S is the X1 carbon killer. It was. I liked the P1S, but I wish it had a better touchscreen, and I wish it had an AI camera. The X1 Carbon's great, but it's over $1,000, and it has a super high-end hot-end nozzle that's made for engineer-grade filaments like PPS and PET and PAHT that 99% of you are never gonna fucking use.
Yep.
You're never gonna need these filaments. So the X1 Carbon's overkill. It's like getting a Ferrari to go grocery shopping. You don't need this.
Okay.
They did a great marketing campaign on it. It's like, hey, well, I could afford a Ferrari. Why wouldn't I get one? You don't need it. The P2S, it's the next generation. They went from the 1s to the 2s. It is literally smack in the middle. It is everything I wanted from both of those. It's like they made it for me. I love it. It's a P1S with a better touchscreen and user interface, an updated hot end nozzle, and an AI camera, and it's $550. It is incredible. But if you don't care about the touchscreen, and honestly, you don't need the AI camera, because like I said, I got 4 P1Ss, and sometimes they fail, but not really. No. You get the P1S for $399 because it's end of life and they're trying to phase it out, so it's on sale. You'd still be just as happy with it. Like, I would never talk if you're on a budget, you can get the P1S with that AMS system for $550. You get the P2S just by itself for $550. Get the P1S.
Yeah,
it's why you still can, honestly, until it's phased out, and then just start printing shit. You'll know if you like the hobby, and they hold their resale value decently, depending on the market you sell them in. I've always wanted to try to take a 3D printer to a pawn shop. I might try that this week just to see what they give me for it. Like, hey,
get off of my lawn, boy.
Instead of trying to deal with like Facebook Marketplace and shit, like I've always been like, maybe I don't know.
What is this sorcery?
Yeah, but yeah. Honestly, they don't even know what they just Google it, be like, I don't fucking know what this is. So, yeah. But there's a lot of
televisions with the backs on them.
We take 2 televisions and stolen jewelry. That's all we sell here.
Jesus Christ!
You steal this, then we don't want it.
Hey,
if you did, we want it. If not, then we got it.
Fucking pawn shops.
There's a. If I'll do a real quick plug, my latest video is literally the best 3D printers of 2025. I start from that 180 and I go all the way to over $1,000, wherever your budget fits, the pros, the cons of each of those. So it's just like that whole, I don't know where to start. Start there.
No.
Start there. All right.
Every November I do a new one every year because it changes every friggin' year.
All right. I'm able to tag that in YouTube, so I'll tag that.
Hey.
Okay.
Thank you.
There we go.
Here we go. All right. You want to? Well, this has been fantastic. Do you want to move to the movie?
Let's do the movie.
Okay, let's do it. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, movie we are covering: Captain America: Civil War, the film that started it's in the middle of everything, technically, right? It's right in the middle, and
it's a good middle. Yeah, it's a good
it's a good middle ground, right? Because you get Captain America and Iron Man. They're already. We already know who they are, and we've built up their stories. Iron Man already had 3 movies at this point, and then Captain America, this is his second. So right in the middle, and then this is the introduction of Black Panther, T'Challa.
A good intro, just a
great
solid
intro.
Him and Spider-Man's intro both were like, you did both of these perfectly in the same movie.
Yes. They did an amazing job just bringing them both in. Just Tom Holland as Peter Parker. You're like, is this going to work? And then you're like, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Great Peter Parker, in my opinion. I'm always going to have Toby above him, but that's a whole different story for a different day.
I agree. Toby, I think, was the best Peter, and Andrew was the best Spider-Man.
Fair enough.
Tom's a good middle.
I think he's a good middle. Yeah, I would say
Tom's closer to Miles than he is. Tom plays a better Miles than he does with Peter.
I'll be honest with you. I did not get into Andrew. I didn't get into Andrew's Spider-Man's. I watched him.
There's a scene at the end of Spider-Man 2 where he's with the megaphone yapping at Rhino. Like cocky. That is Spider-Man right there. Like that from the comics. Spider-Man is strong. He knows he's strong. He's confident.
Yeah.
That was the best on-screen Spider-Man we've ever got. He knew he was about to dust Rhino. He wasn't worried about it. That was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know what? I think like the villains in Toby's
they're good.
Better.
They're Spider-Man.
I think they're the best. I think they're the best villains by far.
Yep.
You know.
Tom didn't really have great villain. Like Mysterio wasn't all. I don't think.
He was okay.
He was only appealing because Jake Gyllenhaal's Jake Gyllenhaal. It's like you made him appealing.
Yeah. And then they brought in the other villains from the other films.
Exactly. Which like Tom going up against Willem Dafoe, like
so good.
He stole that movie. Like it's Willem Dafoe, of course. As one of his best roles, like as I think he is Goblin, True. So
facts.
He was a good Spider-Man, but I like Tom was good for it. He fit good with everybody.
Facts. And so for Civil War, we have where Bucky he's still under the mind control because Zemu he reads from the Red Book. And then he reads from the Red Book, and then he's still under that mind control, still has that all those words in his mind. And we find out, spoiler alert, that he actually killed Tony Stark's parents, both of them.
He did. In 1991, I think it was.
Yes.
I remember it because I was born in 91.
Oh.
I didn't just date myself, so.
You're just like, hello.
It's an autism moment in 91.
91, I was born.
An actual 90s baby. So.
Fair enough. And so we have this scene where Iron Man, Bucky, and Captain America face off against one another. Well, Captain against those two. And so this scene really, like you said in the beginning, I mean, it's about anger, as well as vengeance and what those things kind of look on us. You have Captain America trying to protect Bucky because Bucky didn't know what he was doing. Before I get the rest into it, are you Team Cap or Team Iron Man?
Damn, I was always kind of a little bit more Team Cap, even though I have two Iron Man suits standing behind me. Just he's cool doesn't mean he was always right. But it was such a nuanced thing in terms of control, and then they obviously explore more of that through Infinity War and an Endgame, and it's just who was right, who was wrong, and I don't think there's ever a good answer. And now you have the Thunderbolts, which are government Avengers. So
see how that turns out.
Yep. Well, not great.
No,
we kind of know how it turns out. Not great.
and that's the thing, though. It's like I'm Team Cap when it comes to, especially because they wanted to, get all of the names and identities from all the superheroes and stuff like that. That was Team Iron Man side. And then you have Team Cap side where he's like, no, we're not doing all that. That makes no fucking sense.
Cap's big thing was definitely his big hang up was, what if one of his lines was like, what if they send us somewhere we don't want to go? What if we need to go somewhere and they don't let us? It's like the autonomy, the safest hands are still our own. And it's hard to argue that.
Yes.
But from the outside perspective of the catastrophe that was Sokovia, it's like these are all unregulated. And I think the colonel or general, whatever his name was, his line to one of them or to Rhodes was like, "Where is Banner and Hulk? If I misplaced a couple nuclear warheads, I'd have to answer to somebody." And it's like, shit, you're right too. You're right. It's a god and a walking planet crusher.
It's
fair.
Yeah.
It's so subjective to who's right. It's gray lines of who's right and who's wrong. That entire movie. And between Captain America's story and Iron Man's story, they built both of them up to, you understand both of them. You understand why Tony has no coping mechanisms and is really, really mad and is going to kill Bucky.
Sure.
And then you understand why Cap is Cap. He's just good and he's trying to save his friend, and he knows Tony's just being angry.
True.
Very
and
angry.
I think in this film also, it was also the we actually saw the introduction of Mysterio's the version of where they can make the AI, right?
Bifurcated augmented reality framing or something.
Yes. Yes.
Why I remember
barf.
that. God.
And that was where we get the introduction of that, and like the AI of like having some type of AI helping you cope with like your past traumas and stuff like that as well.
We'll see.
Which that was a great scene in there. And you know, it also goes to show that he also had obviously a bunch of stuff that he needed to kind of cope with, but you know, never really did. And even though he shows this augmented reality, it's still like he doesn't use it, you know, he's just like shows it as just a way to be like, hey, you know, we have people who make these things. Why not? We could do this also. But
hey guys, I'm big sad. Buy my product. You know, like
yeah, please buy this. Yeah, thanks.
Sponsored by BetterHelp.
But and I think that with this film too, it's just like I understand Tony's anger. Like if somebody like killed my mom in that way, like especially, and then you watch it on tape like that, and you're like, you didn't know what happened or who did this, and then you see it finally, like this trauma that you've had your whole life, and you finally see the person that caused it.
Well,
you would go off the hinges.
Not only it was the levels of betrayal, right? Because it wasn't only, oh, it's Bucky who killed them.
Right.
Oh, Cap, you knew the whole time.
Yes.
Like,
and you're protecting.
Yep. So it was just like I joked about, like, I don't think anybody's ever experienced that level of turmoil and what do you do? You know, like what do you? I wouldn't have tried to. You don't know. Your mom wasn't killed by a super soldier 20 something years. You know, like your best friend is a Captain America. Yeah, like, and you don't have an Iron Man suit of armor that will let you literally kill anybody you want in that moment. You know, like you're mad and you have the means to literally kill the person who killed your parents and kind of get away with it, because I'm pretty sure they were in like Antarctica, like they were off the grid.
They were in a silo, so you
Bucky's
know
about to disappear.
And no one's gonna know.
No one's looking for him.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's murder on site.
But then we also have, and they did a great job with this film showing the flip side of Black Panther and being faced with the murder of his dad, like you brought up, and how he faced
by allegedly Bucky, but it wasn't Bucky.
Yes, he was framed this time. He was framed.
You want to go?
And so
go on.
He has good hair and a nice arm.
Yeah, nice arm.
Rocket Raccoon wants it. And so I love how they did the filmmaking of you have these two sides of anger, but you also have different outcomes of what that anger could be, right? You could be Black Panther, T'Challa, and just be like, you know what? You're going to face justice in a different way. I'm not going to murder you. You're going to live, and you're going to find out the things that you've done and live with that later on, even though technically he was living with his own trauma with his family being killed. And
boy had some trauma.
Yes. So there's this whole movie's trauma, right?
All the movies are trauma. They're all trauma as fuck. Yeah.
Yes. And then we have one guest who said, like, up until Thunderbolts, there was no mental health issues at all. I was like,
there's mental health in literally every single movie. It's all about interpersonal skills, mental health, anxiety, depression, trauma.
There was no mental health before Thunderbolts?
Literally, that's what they said.
Did they see Iron Man 3?
Bro,
we brought up her crazy.
We brought up Wanda too. Like, and like, what about Wanda? Like, it's all trauma. I'm like, what are you talking about? Spider-Man literally loses his fucking dad-like figure. It's whatever. Some people think that they know. I feel like some people just be saying shit. The ADHD.
Some people do just be saying shit.
It was the ADHD got her, brother. It was the ADHD.
I mean, yikes! What a take. I mean, but to be fair, Thunderbolts did a great job.
Fantastic, brother. That was wild.
Did a real good job at it.
Love the film. Love the film.
That was really, really good. Yeah, that was a great pod that we did.
It was Florence's. It was her movie. It was like, wow.
Did a great job. Like
Wow,
I love that film, love it, and it does, like you said, great job with mental health and everything. But it's like, just to say like none of these other films have mental health is like, you're like, what are you talking about? Like it's there. If you
Yeah,
look, it's
It's
there.
there.
But
It's there.
yeah.
The Thunderbolts
Oh,
was crazy,
man.
man. I ended up using it in a lot of my therapies and group therapy. I had them all watch it for homework. The two groups.
Good.
I run a women's group for autism and then a PhD group for autism. And we sat and chopped it up. Motherfuckers were like, this void shit is crazy.
Mm.
They're like, yeah, we talked about what are all our versions of our voids. What do they look like?
It's good.
Yeah,
It's
it
real good.
was wild, brother. Everyone had different
I liked-
explanations. It was good.
I liked the movie's framing between Yelena trying to reach out to him, and it's like
Yes.
she wasn't trying to cure him. There was, again, it wasn't a cure. It's like you're in
Yep.
turmoil. Like you just need a foundation. You need somebody in your corner. Like
Support.
she's not going to give like, oh, this is the answer. Let it go. Ooh, I'm cured. Like it was never about that. It was, hey, like you're not alone. I'm doing my own shit. He's doing his own shit. Like my sister was killed on an alien planet. Well, like we all have our shit, but her reaching out to him and kind of just, I think, like exploring the difference between sympathy and empathy, and where people really get those two confused and conflated, or don't even understand the differences between them sometimes. But yeah, that movie did a really good job at just like, he's not going to be fixed by the end of the movie. That's not the point of this movie.
No.
It's that the trauma is there to begin with.
Yep. So let's pivot this thing back a little bit, Spence. So why did you pick these clips? Because you could have picked whatever you wanted. You said you wanted to do some Avengers stuff or some Marvel stuff, some Iron Man shit. And then you went on our list, old list, where I got that list down there. And then you picked this. Why you do that?
So I was trying to think of some like just heavy weighted clips that really stood out to me, and that fight that was already kind of on my mind because I literally was like, all right, Iron Man 1. I mean, there's not much. I can't relate to a weapons mogul. Cool. So I was literally going through the movies, and I'm like, Captain America, good's good. Yeah, there's trauma. Nazis bad. Got it. So there's definitely
good people on both sides.
Yeah,
both
and so
sides.
I was kind of building
don't
up
say
to the
yeah to
movies.
that. Sorry.
You say there's good people on both sides?
That was a reference towards a president that said something a while ago towards the Klan people and there's not people on. There's not. I want to be very clear. There's no good people on that side of Nazism.
No,
I was making a reference towards a president that said that once to a Klan rally in Charlottesville. I'm so sorry. Continue, Frank. I'm not getting you canceled. I promise you, I will not get you canceled.
Nah, hey, it's not like I said. I'm not like, oh yeah, I remember that one. No, like no, I don't know what you're talking about. But you know what we were saying earlier? Like people just be saying shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's been going on for a long time.
Long time.
People just be saying shit, and
yikes. So that was a terrible reference in American history. But for you, yeah, you said you were looking through the movies.
Yeah, and just the culmination of like Civil War, that's always been something. Like it's finally these two people that you've been built up to respect, at least understand, and they clash, and it just all falls apart. It all falls apart over emotion and anger and misunderstanding and manipulation. And so when I saw it in that list, I'm like, oh yeah, duh, of course. Like that's such an easy one to just explain without having to understand everything else of the MCU. Like there's big talks on loss when beginning of Endgame when Tony and Nebula are floating derelict. Like there's a lot going on there between how they ended up there, the trauma, the loss. So there's a lot of movies I think that you kind of need to know more about the actual movies and the experiences. But at this point, like, okay, Iron Man's good. He tries to save the world. Captain America's good. Why are they fighting? What's going on here? So just letting anger in that instance. And I think Tony was absolutely in the wrong there for just trying to take Bucky's head off every chance he got. But you understand why he's wrong. You understand why he's angry. And I think that says something too about like, I don't think anybody will look at him and be like, oh, he's just wrong. Yeah, he's wrong, but there's always a but at the end of that defense of Tony, because we've all been angry, again, not that angry, but you get it. You can relate to that anger. And some people have really bad anger coping mechanisms. He had one of them, murder. So not a great coping mechanism. 0 out of 10 recommend murder as a coping mechanism.
Yeah, no. With all
Pick
the
up
crazy
3D
stuff
printing,
going on,
get a hobby.
Yeah, do 3D printing. With all the stuff going on these days, stay safe, everyone. There's some crazy ass shit going on in America and other countries, man. It's just crazy.
For coping and stuff, like I've been angry. I mean, we've all been. You have to go through life with getting angry. But what I started doing, I don't know when I started doing it, and one of my therapists years ago even asked me a pretty wild question. But I would like, if I would ever get angry at something or frustrated or upset, I would always try to take a breath and be like, wow, I'm really pissed off or angry, but like, why? Like, what is leading me to this feeling?
Correct.
Is it a misunderstanding? Is it my own misinterpretation or misunderstanding? Do I not have all the information? Or, and I think there's absolutely justification to be made, or do I just have to experience? Am I just angry? And is it justified? Am I allowed to be? Okay, yeah, no, I'm angry. And sometimes you just live in that. Obviously, taking action with it is a completely different thing, but like, I think you're allowed to be angry at things. You're allowed to sit there and stew in it and feel that feeling of anger. Again, as long as it doesn't bleed out or affect things, and it's kind of sometimes just let it pass. You can't be angry forever, though some people try. But yeah, just trying to kind of dissect it and why is this feeling so enveloping? And usually there's a reason for it that you can kind of evaluate and hopefully calm yourself down. Or I've been able to do that in some instances.
So you just brought up something. I'm gonna ask another follow-up question. So you, young man, also you just said therapist. You said the therapy word. So you've had therapy. You've done therapy. How dare you?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Are you comfortable sharing about what that was or why you did that or what came about and how did it work?
Everybody should talk to a therapist. Everybody should have a therapist in their life who is an unbiased outside source looking in, because we all want an echo chamber. We all want people who agree with us. God, do not post on the internet if you're looking for guidance, because you're going to find an echo chamber. Not a great place. You can get reassurance and guidance, but like if it's actually something you're like, hey guys, I just lost a family member. Let me hop on Reddit. I don't know. Talk to somebody. Like there's places, times and places to think. If you're shopping for a car, go to Reddit. Whatever. If you're contemplating life and death, talk to a therapist. There's resources out there. But yeah, like one of my first experiences with therapy was after my dad died in 2019. Shortly after I got into 3D printing and cosplay, and like really, like he was the reason I got into this. I wouldn't be into Marvel movies and stuff if it wasn't for him. And we had a very tumultuous relationship growing up. He wasn't always the greatest person, but it was something we could connect and bond over, especially when I got like my 20s and stuff. And I had a mixture of anger and sadness of just losing him, and so those are very difficult feelings to process, because like at times like I hated him. Like while he was we got into some fights. I was not happy at all, and then so not having him around and losing him, it took a little bit for things to kind of settle and me really start to realize and come to grips with like, oh no, like he's gone, he's dead. So I went to talk to a therapist about it. It was when I was actually over in England, and started just kind of processing those feelings, unpacking a lot of baggage in terms of just growing up. It was a lot, but it definitely helped. It absolutely helped. Yep.
Good. Did you feel any stigma or weirdness that going into therapy, or like, oh man, someone's gonna say this, or the military guys might say some shit? Like, were you any stigmas that you had to fight going into it, or any outside societal shit you're like, I ain't gonna tell nobody that shit?
God, for if anybody, any goddamn person in the military is listening, can do a fucking thing about it, change the name of the fucking building from mental health to anything else. It's just called the mental health facility, and like that has borne such a. It's literally on military base. So it'll just be building blah 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 mental health, and it's like,
yeah,
cool. So anybody who sees me or somebody else walking into that building already has a connotation like, oh, I wonder why they're going there.
Yeah.
Wonder why. It's on the building. Like clearly it's for it's not great. It's so fucking stupid. It has always been that little, because especially being like a younger guy, some 17, 18, 19-year-old kid
Yep.
who doesn't have all those coping skills yet and doesn't want to be made fun of, or might be feel a little weird. It's like, oh, hey, I saw that new kid going to mental health. Oh, maybe he is. Yeah. Oh, make sure he doesn't have a gun, like that type of stuff. And that permeates and spreads, rumors spread. Like, change the name. Like, what do you, the one in Lakenheath was good because the mental health facility or office was in the medical clinic. It was just upstairs to it. Like, it was just away tucked, like no one would know. Like, somebody really had to be stalking you to know you went to that specific room. Do that. Don't have it an off campus in the middle of a field, Kadena Air Base. I could point to it on a map. There's nothing around it. So stupid. Yeah. So I didn't have any worries about it. I was comfortable. I'm like, I need to go talk to somebody. Okay, there's a resource for it.
Okay.
And then sharing that through even the community I have now of like, hey, yeah, mental health is important. Like, talk to somebody. Like, in the military, like, I've lost friends. I've had people, commit suicide, all that stuff. I don't know if you want to put a marker there. You might have to bleep that word if it's on YouTube. I don't know.
No, you're fine.
Okay, cool. I know sometimes they don't like that word.
We ain't big enough for them to give a fuck, my guy.
So so like, I've lost people. I've had Marine buddies. I'd go out drinking or know people over in Okinawa and Japan and stuff. All branches were there: Air Force, Navy, Marines, Army, and there'd be a group of guys, and like, some names, like, oh, that's Jimmy, that's blah blah blah, and like 6 months later, you go back out, you'd be like, oh, where's Jimmy? And they're like, oh, he died in the desert. It's like, oh, oh, like, it's just that done. And then people, depressive episodes, things on base, troops, people I work with, people losing people in accidents, losing people in not accidents. So, like, there's a lot going on, and especially, everybody has something. Everybody has baggage. Everybody has levels of things. And what I think a lot of people will fall into, and I still run into this with, I'll be talking to friends. Like, I have a lot of shit right now. I have a lot of shit going on in my life right now, with the holidays, with family, with, like, I have a lot of going on. And I'll be talking to some friends, and a friend recently said something along the lines of like, oh, I just didn't want to bother you with my stuff because I know what you're going through. And it's like, whatever level of shit I'm going through does not discount or degrade. Like, I could lose a family member every week, and that could be my normal, where I'm always up here, and that's my normal, and I'm used to this, and I'm used to that trauma. And you could have had this perfect life, and then one day your goldfish dies, and that's the end of the fucking world for you. It would be wrong for me to be like, well, you could always have it worse. No, that is your trauma. Like, that is your worldview, and you are experiencing like, well, just because what I'm going through doesn't discount any levels of what you're going through. You're feeling it. You're sad. So, like, no, reach out to me. I don't care if you stubbed your toe and it hurts, or like, just because what I'm going through, being able to talk to people back and forth. I think that's, some people get afraid to open up. And then also, if you have people reaching out to you, don't compare your problems. Even if if your problems are worse than theirs, it's not the comfort that, like, oh, well, at least no, shut up. You already stop. Like, don't at least them, because that's not helpful. That's not conducive to anything, because now they're going to feel like they're just bothering you with their problems, So that's why you should talk to a professional, because your best friend isn't a professional licensed therapist.
No.
Who knows what not to fucking say to you.
Yeah, they're there for your friends are there, and your homies and family, like me and Spence always reiterate. Yeah. Your community is there for support. And then when it needs into more treatment, more nuanced cognitive therapy, regulation, emotional skills, suicide,
guidance and coping mechanisms and tools, which
processing,
most layman people do not have access or understanding to.
Yep.
Just like I don't know how to do open heart surgery, like, no, there's a professional for that who learned how to do it.
Use your resources. All right. I appreciate you answering some of those truthfully. I appreciate it.
I've gone to therapy for quite a few things, and just, you gotta go. I mean, and if you're not feeling it, like, I've had a therapist or two where I didn't connect with. I wasn't. I was like, I don't know if you're getting it or hearing me. You can change. Change. Go find a new one. Yeah, it's just talking to some people can really help and paint better images or
Connection.
pictures or help you. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
That's hilarious that you bring that up because it's like I actually just had a interview with a really big company and they saw that I did like a podcast on mental health and they asked about they're like, what's a tip that you would give somebody about mental health? And I told them that don't just rely on the fact that the first therapist you see is going to be the one that's for you, because we all have like it's just like a relationship, and sometimes relationships work and sometimes they don't because you don't click. And
Yeah.
so always just try to get a therapist that works for you and don't just quit on the first one because it's just not
Honestly,
gonna do well for you.
I've related it to some to people as a dating app. Like, hey, you hop in a dating app, and the first person you see and match with, you don't like them, or you're never gonna go like where you. That's it, done, never again. Like, what about the
Mm.
second one or the third one or the hunt? Like, no. Hopefully, you don't need to go through that many with a therapist, but like, you're
True.
not just gonna give up because the first one didn't work. And hey, more often than not, honestly, the first one usually does work
Yeah.
because again, they're
They're
professionals.
great
They're,
people most of the time. Yeah.
yeah. So, but sometimes you get just a bad pick or bad match, and you just the vibes aren't vibing, and
Yeah.
that's it. It's simple, and it might be unexplainable. It might be a thing you literally can't explain. It's not your therapist's problem or job to try to I think to convince you to stay in that regard. If like you really aren't feeling it, like hey, like that's fine. They get it. You're not going to get a you don't like everybody and everybody's not going to like you, and you're not going to get along with everybody in the world, especially somebody who's trying to help evaluate you mentally.
Yeah.
You might just not feel it.
Yeah. Different
So
personalities. I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna pivot back to Spence about the anger stuff and just the movie. You know, I love my clients, and I got someone that's getting ready to give up on seeking a doctor for medication. And they texted me right last night, and they said, "I'm just done with it." And I said, "Please don't." And that's when I always send them the big furry monster from the Monsters. What's the blue guy's name, Spence? The blue guy from the
Sully?
Monsters Inc. Sully. I always send Sully
Sully.
hugging the little girl. That's always my go-to when I don't know what to say and I just want to like support them. I'll just send Sully hugging her goodbye. I was like, we got to get this medicine. It's so hard for some clients to be heard and seen, and that medical trauma, because it is medical trauma. A lot of us go through it. A lot of women of color go through it. My father went through it, where he has to break down and cry just to get a fucking MRI. Literally, I have to see a grown ass disabled man cry to get proper medical treatment. It's bullshit. And so I advocate for women.
Medical system's not great.
It's horrible. So this awesome human is the reason why me and my father got better medical treatment, because she was like, they're a medical professional. He said, you got to fight for your father, and you need to start like being more aggressive in these meetings. I was like, okay, I'll start being more aggressive. And now we talk about these humans, and they're meeting these doctors, and they won't give them the anxiety med or the ADHD med, and they think that they're drug seeking. It's like, motherfucker, they know what they need. They know what didn't work. Please just help them out. And I do my best to support them and to write these referral letters, and like doctors just still won't budge sometimes. I'm like, brother, they're obviously not drug seeking. Like, what are we doing here? So for anyone who's struggling with any type of medical trauma right now, please, 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 please continue to look for folks that are near you that you can match with. I know it's a lot. I know executive functioning sucks and you got to make the fucking appointment and go online. I know it sucks. We also remember that we have on the podcast a list of therapists that we trust that are in multiple states throughout America. We also have some that are in Canada that we recommend. And I now started putting the psychiatric providers that we trust. Me and Spencer have been on the pod as well too. So please seek that if you need help. But please, please, please do not give up on therapy or medical treatment if you need medicine, even if you're going through a shit time. I just want to push that real quick. Spence, I'm going to kick it back to you.
Yeah. The great line about, or just this great storyline of Zemo, right? And how he's not just creating Tony's anger, because Tony has always had that anger in him. He's always had that feeling, but now Zemo's actually exposing it and manipulating.
He weaponized,
that
he
anger.
exposed it and weaponized it and directed it at
Exactly
a target.
And so now we have this thing about how, and I want to ask this for you, Naz. What really does this say about uh, how unresolved grief really works? Like, how does it
So
work?
this is a fantastic question for multiple reasons, Spencer. So if we're sticking towards mental health, right, this is a mental health podcast, but we have this awesome guest today. So we took a very large pivot and we talked about a lot of cool, fun, nerdy stuff along with 3D printing. Someone in a vulnerable state like that is very easy to manipulate, Spencer. Because of the anger, because of the hostility, because of the sadness, because of the grief, because of the loss of their supports, right, in which the future in which they wanted as a child, Tony, uh, it can deregulate you, destabilize you, can make you psychotic, it can make you neurotic, it can make you OCD in some ways. And folks, if they're intelligent enough, can maneuver that. There's a reason why good manipulators like to isolate you, right? Because you're like, hey man, I want to hang out with my friends, this, and this. They like to isolate you because that way you know nothing but that realm of like trauma and abuse. So you never really get out of it because you have no one to consult with. You just think this is a normal reality. So Homeboy is so intelligent that he sees this weakness, exploits it. And many of us have those weaknesses. Spencer, I tell clients all the time, don't make any big decisions when you're angry. Don't make any huge decisions when you're like elated and like something awesome just happened. You want a fuck ton of money. You got this big ass promotion. Be cautious on what you do next in that kind of hypomanic state. You just failed a test. Be cautious what you do. Like, I know you may want to self-harm. I know you may want to do this. I know you may want to drop out of school. One of my clients always says, I'm going to go work at Home Depot. Like, no, we're not working at Home Depot, motherfucker. Yeah. Even though that's a great job, this person's not, they're doing something different besides the point. Is they can easily be manipulated into things because of the realm the world is lost. So I try to get folks to take a pause. Like he said, walk away for a second, help yourself regulate, calm down. Maybe it'll take days, maybe it'll take weeks. Yeah. After one of my clients last year unalived themselves, I was fucked up for a while. Like, I honestly just wanted to quit my fucking profession. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to fucking see anyone. Like, that'd be a waste. That'd be a fucking waste if I did that. And so, right, don't make those big decisions in those moments. When you have people whispering in your ears and telling you things, I always tell clients, be cautious. Why are they telling you this? What are you trying to gain, or how are you trying to maneuver me in these situations too? Also know that misery loves company, Spence. I've told that to a lot of clients lately. Like homeboy Frank here, right? There are people who will just randomly just shit on him on the internet, and like us as well too. It's like, what are you getting out of this? Like why? Like, what joy does this bring you? Miserable motherfuckers love making other people miserable. Maybe it's ADHD and they just want to start some shit. Nah, bro. Some of the shit me and him get and you get is way too toxic.
It's
wild.
pointless.
So my biggest thing as a therapist is when you're in those big grief moments, those very emotional moments, do your best to pause. Frank said, sit with it, feel it. That's fine. But watch out what you're doing, and also watch out what you're listening to. What's the content you're listening to? A lot of my clients have to stop being on TikTok and Instagram because when they're sad, they're getting fed that sad shit, Spence. So sometimes that sad shit will pivot even to self-harm stuff. So you got to be very cautious.
I haven't been able to do much research on it because I just recently saw it, but I saw some study that was claiming that actively opening up and venting and bitching, and like even though you're talking and expressing how you're feeling, you're not really letting go of that mindset. You're talking and venting to justify the mindset, and that can slowly poison and have more negative effects on you than it's just the way you're framing how you're expressing and bitching and venting to somebody. You're literally sitting there complaining,
stewing.
But you're not complaining to do better, to help it, to look for help. You're just venting. Oh, correct. I need a good vent sesh, where you're just complaining. It's like you think it's doing good, but all you're doing is just now again and again and again and again bringing up the same thing that you're not working on, and it's actually having more of a negative effect. That in that case, if you just didn't talk about it, where you're not opening up to make things better, or you're not opening up seeking help or advice, where that can have way more detriment on you than just not saying it at all.
So time and place,
obviously
time and place for all of that, Frank. So there's
exactly.
a great to have some vent sessions. Spence on the podcast, we've mentioned a few times a while ago, though, there's certain people that just want to talk and Spencer knows he has friends like this, they don't want any real help. They just want a cheerleader. They just want someone to listen to. They're not trying to work on anything. So we call them
Yes.
visitors. So in therapy, they're just visiting. They're just there, just to like, they don't really want any real support or help. But
They
maybe
just did it again and again. You can see the cycle. There's
and you
no
just
growth.
ruminate on it, and they just keep ruminating, and they're getting more and more angry. And for some folks, they need to sit in that before they get to the real shit. But it's up to the therapist to be super pushy to get to the real shit.
Okay.
It's not their friend's job. It's their therapist's job to be confident enough to be like, "Hey, man, so you fucking up." I did this recently with a client. I was like, "This shit ain't cool." They're like, "Yeah, I kind of know." Like, no, this shit you're doing is actually hurting people. You're hurting people, and I'm not cool with that as your therapist. I'm really not cool with anyone hurting anyone. Like, I make jokes. I'm really not cool with it. And so I had to coming to Jesus moment with a client. Like, what are we doing? You're complaining about these things, and you're actively hurting others. That's not the vibe. So what you said is true. Stewing in it, ruminating in it can cause more anger and frustrations. And then if people don't agree with you, then you get fucking mad at them. Most of the time, they're trying to support you and help you, like, not be angry, and they're trying to give you a different opinion. But sometimes when you give a different opinion, people tweak out on you.
Great.
It's very nuanced on how to help people with mental health. But yeah, they're called visitors. Visitors are good for therapists that just want to collect a check. If you actually want to save someone's life, you're not just going to let them visit. You're going to push them.
Huh.
Yes. You want to collect a check? Ooh, we'll get you a bunch of venters, and they'll just gab. They'll just gab. And you'll have them forever because they never work on shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
See, same time next week?
Yes, same time next week.
Huh?
That's time.
Yeah, it's time. Where I'd be like,
oh, maybe I can afford that Ferrari. Yeah, okay.
maybe I can't get that P172S. Jesus Christ. Good question, Spence. That was a good fucking question.
Thank you. I just have like two more, and then we'll get out. I know it's late. I'm sorry for keeping you for too long.
I'm having fun, man. I'm chilling.
Great. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So
I would have faked some internet connection if I was getting pissed off or work going through a tunnel. Yeah.
Virus.
Ask your fucking question. No. So let's play a little bit of what, like, if this would have happened. So if Tony had actually processed his grief and his anger earlier, do you think this would even, like, Civil War would have even happened?
That's tough because his parents were still killed in an accident, right? They were still, and up until that point, was he told it was just a driving accident? I don't think he even knew they were assassinated.
So because the way that Bucky did it, or the Winter Soldier did it, was it made it look like it was just a car crash.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So he didn't even know they were assassinated. So like, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, my parents are gone. You could sit there and accept that they were okay, this is what it is. It was an accident. Cool. But I think it's that revelation and trauma of being slammed with, it was not an accident. Oh, it was you. Like, fuck. Yeah. Like, I don't think, I don't know.
It's a tough one.
That would have been a real tough one for a therapist to prepare somebody for. It's like, again, and it's like that understanding, I think, in his shoes of like, yeah, I get it. Like,
no, it's rage. It's instant rage and vengeance.
In that moment, like, he barely, what does he say? From the second Cap answers him, he says, "Get out of my way, move. He killed my mom. You were my friend too." And that's pretty much it. Like, he has a couple lines. Yeah. And then tells Cap to drop the shield.
Because you're now in psychosis, brother. You're now in psychotic, and that's it. You black out, you red out, you white out, and you're no longer in control. Now it's your amygdala and your nervous system, and now it's just rage.
I wonder, because we just watched that scene, I wonder, man, I feel like that would have been maybe, I don't know if it would have been two on the nose, where Tony's in his suit and helmet, as he's getting more and more beat up, more of his lights and stuff are turning red. So I don't know, maybe probably completely reading into it, but I think it would have been cool if through that whole scene, maybe he gets clocked in the head first. So his visor, his vision it's all red. It's literally he's just seeing red the whole time. Maybe it'd been a little on the nose, but like I don't know. That was a good.
I think it would be subtle.
Yeah, it could have been like, especially when he's targeting Bucky and everything's red and like screwy. Like, yeah, I mean he's just seeing red and that's it. He can't focus. He can't do anything. And Cap was trying the whole time. Like I think afterwards, I think if Cap had if Tony had succeeded in killing Bucky, I think he would have absolutely come to regret that. Once things calmed down, once there was more explanation that it was all like I think there would have been more trauma and grief, probably to nobody's benefit. It would have been awful for the planet.
True, facts.
Like it would have been a big bad, but yeah, I don't think there was anything that could have really stopped that from happening except just Zemo not doing it.
Fair.
The reason why we had this, or I think Spence might have brought it up because I know this is one of his favorites, but I know this is one of the scenes that I liked because on the internet it's always the two fighting Spence, and it's everyone's always saying it's my mental health fighting itself. It's me fighting myself. Everyone always uses it as the gif of fighting yourself and what it looks like beating yourself to death. And so that was the angle why I had it on there. But the secondary part is after, because we're going the anger outlet. After you have these big emotional outbursts, meltdowns, whether you're ADHD rage, whether it's an autism meltdown, freak out, whatever it is, you're usually exhausted. You're fucking exhausted. And everyone is exhausted in that clip. So that is very right on the nose for anger. Obviously, you just got done beating the shit out of each other. But as a neurodivergent person, that exhaustion is real. Also, the shame in which you've just done and ruined relationships, you fucking rage quit, you blew up your fucking 3D printer, whatever it is, that shame is wild. That's when my clients that are autistic or ADHD go, I hate this. I hate myself. Why am I such a bitch? Why am I so mean? Because you're overstimulated, you're overworked, you're burned out, you're depressed, and someone said something stupid, they pushed your buttons, they pushed your boundaries, and you raged. We had a little rage out thing here at the house recently. It was pretty intense. Didn't tell you about Spence, but it was really, I haven't seen that much rage in a long time. And it happens. It happens. I know that some of the things that are said, there's not real meaning behind it. Because when autistic people tweak, we fucking tweak.
Right.
Some people shut down. Some people cry. Some people rage and say some really bad stuff that you shouldn't say. And then what do we know about anger and hostility? It can fuck you up for about 72 hours. So we know that the neurochemicals in your mind and your brain can rewire shit and get this flow in you for about 72 hours. It can fuck you up. So this huge outburst, long effects, where your body's more hypervigilant. It's pumping out more things, right? Because it's ready to fight or to run. So I thought that was really cool on here is to see how this anger, the exhaustion, the self-fatigue, the fighting, the hatred. And I really love Cap who just wanted to protect his best friend. That's my favorite part.
I wonder if there's
best friend. Go ahead.
If I don't know. I wonder if there's anything to be derived by Cap crushing Tony's arc reactor and powering down his suit. Like that was Tony's only means to an end in terms of being able to enact his rage. The only tool or vessel he had to killing Bucky, and Cap took it away. He knew exactly what he needed to do to get Tony to stop. Break the arc, destroy the arc, and then the suit's dead. And Tony knew it immediately. The second that he was like, "Well, I can't beat two super soldiers." Like, yeah, I'm not.
So
done.
That in the real word, Frank, would be, what is your grounding technique? Your speed bump, right? What is that thing that actually gets you from a fucking 10 down to a 7, where you can start using your brain and not do anything to harm someone or yourself? We all have a different thing. For mine, when I'm at that dissociative, like anger, hostility, tweaking, like I usually get really woozy, and I actually have to lay on the floor. I just have to lay on the floor. I got to do a little bit of tummy time. Otherwise, I'm going to pass the fuck out and hurt myself. Everyone's different. Some people need people to communicate with, right? Sometimes I talk to best friends. Some people it's music. Some people they go lift. But in that moment of pure rage or dysphoria, brother, I got to lay the fuck down. So I don't know. Damn. Frank, do you got something that you do that's actually like grounding in the moment when you're tweaking from big emotions, big scary ones, not good ones?
Actually, just you said going to the gym, going lifting. Actually, I hate going to the gym angry. I feel so distracted.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was actually dealing with a little bit of shit today where I got a message while I was at the gym, and I actually just had to sit down and I was like, I don't want to live. I don't like, oh no, I need to deal with this. I literally sat on like the turf against a wall for like 20 minutes dealing with some text and shit. I'm like, I don't like lifting when I'm mad or angry.
Because it
So I know
burrows
some
in your
people-
brain. You can't focus. You can't
I
think,
was
and
just
that's when you
like,
get injured.
Nope. I laid. Yep. And then I went back to lifting. I like tweaked something on my back. I'm like, God damn it. Like, icing on the cake today, man. I was like, but
And now you're meeting with us, these fucking idiots. Get your chapstick ready.
yeah. I don't know.
What do you do?
I don't get angry anymore.
Good.
Like,
that's awesome.
Like I've been mad, I've been upset, but like there's always a reason or a rationale for it. And I've gotten good at just getting to that point before, like I've been frustrated. I've let out a few yells in frustration. But like it's just quick. It's like like this happened, or I actually save some 3D prints sometimes just to smash, because God, is it therapeutic to just break something, and I can print something to break. Like being able to justifiably break something sometimes. Pretty nice. It's like okay, whew,
Picture of one of your YouTube rivals. This motherfucker.
Yeah, I'll go around and I'll 3D scan the head of like every YouTube rival I have or every hater I've ever had, and just crush their heads.
Yeah.
I had a therapist a while. It was one of probably the best therapist I had. It was over when I was in England. Her name was Jenna. If I could find this woman again and just have her be my lifelong therapist, I would. It just clicked, got it. She was incredible. And
do you remember her last name?
No. If I dug enough, I probably could.
There's too many Jennas, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's the whitest white girl name there is.
Well, no, she wasn't British. She was American. She was a contractor over there. So like, I'm sure I could get medical records and figure out who. But like, she was wonderful. And we were sitting in a session one time talking. I was explaining some like feelings and emotions and dissecting them and kind of like, all right, evaluating. And I went on like this just rant for like 20 minutes. And she stops and she looks at me and she's like, this is going to seem very out of pocket. She's like, have you ever experimented with psychedelic or mind-altering drugs? And I'm like, huh? So out of nowhere. And I'm like, no. She's like, huh. She's like, you're very introspective and you seem to have a good understanding of your emotional state. And usually we only see that in people who might have delved into certain types of hallucinogenics or psychedelics. So I just wanted to ask. And I'm like,
God damn.
No. Is that bad? She's like, no, it looks like you got there without them. I'm like, oh,
I didn't know that one.
I way to say that.
I know.
Yeah,
she's like, are you a fucking addict? What?
It didn't come off. It didn't come off as accusatory or hostile. I know. She was like, have you ever? She's like, have you ever like? I mean, I think that if she could have said it in a slummier way, she'd have been like, have you ever gone on an acid trip? Like, no, but like. Yeah, she was like, you
she's like, you want to?
I don't know. she's like, what are you doing after this?
Yeah, you need to.
Running.
Won't shut the fuck up.
I'll never forget that question. They like took me back, but
that's wild.
I don't know.
No, you're just introspective. Yeah, some of us are like that.
Think about things and not get angry. And I don't yell. I've never yelled. I grew up in a household where there was yelling and arguing, because it ways of communication, ways of, and just never saw the point of it because it one person yells again, the next person's louder, and you're screaming. It's like, what do we accomplish here? And nothing. And so I just never, I don't yell. I don't get angry like that. I don't scream.
There you go.
There's other ways to cope with it. 3D
printing, helping him heal his
3D print.
Also, a good tip is go out in the cold. Get your body temperature down. It's the winter right now. I like to go out in the cold if I'm angry. I like to get my body temperature down, and then I just sit and walk around in the cold for a little bit.
The guy in all camo likes going out in the cold. I had no idea.
Hey, I wear it as a fashion statement. I don't hunt.
Yeah, you bitch. It's called thermoregulation.
I
too,
don't
you
have
dumbass.
You own a lot of Carhartt, don't you?
I own one thing. No, I actually don't.
He doesn't. He's
I
like
actually
a
don't.
fucking shoe fucking.
This is a Stranger Things hat, by the way. Like this isn't like
Good show. Good
it's
show.
a great show.
Yeah, he's not a hunter.
Can't wait.
No, not at all. I just
No.
like wearing
Doesn't-
camo. It's fun.
He's a poser.
When's the next batch of episodes?
December
26th, 5th,
on Christmas Day, and then
New Year's.
New Year's Eve.
Is the finale?
Yep,
Can't
it's it.
wait.
It's over.
Can't wait.
I know. I hope Eddie's back, but I'm gonna probably be disappointed in that. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well,
But yeah, I have one more question.
Let's
Uno
do it.
más, por favor. Do you think that T'Challa is the only character in the movie who actually grows from his pain? Now, when I asked that, and then we know from the Black Panther movie that even when even in death, he'll be able to meet his father again. And see all of his ancestors, but he gets to actually meet his father again in the afterlife and things like that, which is something that even though he loses him, he also gets to have him a part of his life.
He knows,
no matter
yeah.
what, right? Because he knows that he's there. Is T'Challa somebody who actually is the only one in the film who actually grows from the hurt and the pain that he's gone through, losing his father?
Cap really doesn't. Yeah, Cap really doesn't. I wouldn't say grows. He's pretty steadfast in his beliefs, and that's, I think, admirable. He's trying to do his best because that's all he knows how to do. He even comments on it. He's like, "I wish I could look the other way," and Tony's like, "No, you don't." He's like, "Well, shit, yeah, you're right." And then Tony doesn't really grow at all. It's if anything, he kind of takes a few steps backwards, which again, justifiable. He's one of the smartest men in the world. He thinks he knows everything. Learns halfway through the movie he does not, and then gets his ass kicked for it. Zemo doesn't. Zemo got exactly what he wanted. Zemo won, period. But yeah, T'Challa definitely did grow because his line to Black Widow was, my culture, people believe that death is not the end. My father believed this. I am not my father. Like, he was like, no, dad dead, be mad. So yeah, there's definitely that resolution and growth of, damn, really thinking about everybody. That was his character arc. That was his movie. Peter was just a yes man, yes boy. Hey, come beat up a bunch of old people and cripples at like the airport. That's all.
He had
Peter
no
did,
trauma in that film. He was just like,
yeah,
hey, I'm just chilling, watching fucking Captain America and Ant-Man grow and shit. This is great.
You're gonna be a bunch of old men and a woman. Like that's
sounds like a good time.
And a witch. A witch.
All women.
Yeah, Wanda
has a lot of stuff. She did not. She still technically has not actually
she's working on
over
it.
anything. Well, she's dead.
She's
dead now. I've been through a lot this year, dude. You don't even know. No one knows how many hours I put in. It's insane.
Multiverse of madness, man. She dead.
I forgot.
Yeah, she might not be dead. We don't. She's one of the strongest.
You never know.
Universe.
It's,
fine.
It's like Star Wars. Everyone fucking comes back. It's fine.
True.
Unfortunately, somehow Palpatine returns. Shut up.
Shut up. He's alive.
I wanted to never watch Star Wars after that, and then Mandalorian came out, and I was like, never mind.
Spaghetti Western in space, and they did it perfectly. That was definitely T'Challa's growth arc. It was because we didn't need anybody else to grow in that movie because it was a setup. It was a war. We already knew Cap. We knew Tony. They've already had their growth arcs. We've already gotten that in other movies. Where I think Winter Soldier was Cap really realizing that the foundations and everything that he had helped build were not what they were supposed to be. He couldn't try, so that was one of the best spy movies ever, just espionage spy movies that were just like a movie you can rewatch, but it'll never hit the same the second time because the twist. No one was expecting that twist. We're like, oh, it's Hydra. It's like, and you'll never get that again. Where you can still go and watch it. It's like, this is a badass movie, but the punchline. So it just always hits differently from there on. But
Hey, did you ever
Yeah,
watch Agents of Shields or no? I'm sorry to cut in.
Loved Agents of Shield,
Bro, that shit
and
was
it was
so
canon
good
until it just wasn't. And it's like up into Age of Ultron, it was canon.
Yeah.
They're the ones who helped Fury get the helicarrier out of mothballs so it could fly up and save the people. And it's like, that was so cool.
That Hydra shit with Agents of Shield was fucking wild, bro. I was scared every fucking episode.
Good.
It's terrifying.
So good. Because you never knew. You didn't know who was an agent and shit. And like,
bro.
Yeah, they were so good at
wild.
it.
And then they changed the logo to where it was all different reality and worlds, all Hydra. That shit was wild.
Yep. And then they just scrapped it. It's like, you
motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. We got She-Hulk.
We got Hey, we got Daredevil and Daredevil again and Daredevil Born Again and Punisher, and I'm cool with all of that.
That's true.
And I liked Iron Fist. I thought Iron Fist was really cool.
That was okay.
If you get into it, it's okay. Yeah, if you get into it, it's okay. Yeah.
I liked it. Some of the girl, she wasn't a good actor, but him as Danny Rand, I don't know, I loved him. I thought that was really cool.
Luke Cage. I'm gonna be honest. Luke Cage was my shit. I loved it. Second season was okay. First season was really good though. First season was really good. All the first seasons of those shows were great.
They were.
But,
the only one that hit the second season was Daredevil because it was
it was good.
Did not stop. It was relentless.
It's crazy.
Facts.
Yep.
Kingpin is fucking by far my favorite. That motherfucker, his acting in that fucking show was fantastic.
Both of them. Incredible.
The Kingpin though. Wow.
Anytime Punisher and Daredevil, especially in Born Again, like the chemistry they have, it's like you guys are. This is incredible.
I haven't seen it yet. So
I can't wait till he's back in New Day. That's gonna be so awesome. Him and Spider-Man.
When he showed up in Spider-Man and he was like, "I'm a really good lawyer," it's like, God, yes,
cool,
yes,
he's back.
Oh my God, it was so friggin' funny. There was a clip somewhere of Daredevil, Charlie
Cox.
Yeah, Charlie Cox. He was talking. It was a while ago where he had like bombed some like movie, like he bombed some interviews for like movie roles because he wasn't looking at the casting directors because he was so fresh off of Daredevil. He was looking around like he was blind, so he wasn't.
He was in that
making
mode.
eye contact. Yeah, and it cost him like a roll or two because the feedback was like you didn't look at any of it. Like and he was like, oh, because he was so used to just looking off.
Yep.
Yeah, because
that's wild.
Method acting.
Autistic.
I've been playing a blind guy. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Hey, real quick before we get out of here and you do your plugs and all that, do you play Marvel Rivals or no?
I used to. When it came out, I was really heavy into it.
Okay.
And I stopped playing for quite a bit.
There's so much other shit out there. Yeah, there's so much.
Yeah, and I just picked up Fortnite again recently because I love Zero Build, and it's just I love
fucking millennial.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I know.
Now that there's the death mics and like the prox mics, so fun.
Oh, that's back on now?
Hearing little kids just scream as I just cross map them, and it's like, you know what?
I might have to hop back on that boy. Okay.
So fun.
And they're bringing the Batman Beyond skins to it soon, and I'm just like,
oh, you know what got me back into it? The Power Ranger skins. They have the Power Ranger, and I'm gonna grind this battle pass.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, did it.
You had to get white and Green Ranger. You had to do
not
it.
At all. I even got the extra bonus one with the Black Megazord, the Black Megazord.
Shit. Yeah.
I went. I did. I was like, I'm doing all. Yep, did it.
There you go.
Okay. I think I only had to buy like 2 because I was like playing to the last night. I was like I was so close.
Had to
get
it done.
I bought enough V-Bucks for like the last 2 levels, and I'm like, this is my only chance.
Yeah,
I made it this far.
Facts.
You know?
There you go.
So
right.
then the new Metroid Prime game. I'll always play a new Kingdom Hearts, a new Horizon.
Nice.
Horizon Zero Dawn games are some of my favorite, and then Battlefield and Call of Duty. I go back and forth. So, and then if I want to lose myself for a month straight with Minecraft, I'll just disappear into Minecraft for a month.
Yeah, you're autistic
never touch it for a year.
Bro. Yeah, you're.
Oh yeah, my God, dude.
I'll give you the assessments later. You're autistic, so it's fine. Welcome to the play. As soon as they mention Minecraft, I'm like, yes, all right.
I've been self-diagnosed for quite a while, so I try not to make too many jokes about it. But like,
yeah,
hey,
I juggle a lot of shit, and it wouldn't. This was all normal. It wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work. That's the same thing.
It wouldn't work at all,
bruh. I was seeing all these therapists spends that all do like these Spotify raps from this company called Simply Practice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an online company like I use Headway. And they all were like looking at their hours. I was like, let me do the math on this shit. Because it all said the hours or the minutes, not the hours. So then I was like, okay, I can do some simple math. I'm like, holy fuck. I've seen like 110% more than all of them. Like I double, and I had a different job that I was working for 9 months. I'm like, I'm working way too much. Yep. 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 I need to calm the fuck down. All right, man. Let's
I
take
I
us
made a
out.
joke with my friend.
Uh-oh.
I was out to dinner before this, and I kind of was explaining the podcast about like neurodivergency and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it's the blah blah blah. And they're like, why'd they get you on? I'm like, there's two reasons. Either one of them's in the 3D printing, or one of them saw me and like, this motherfucker is autistic as shit. And I'm like, I don't know which one it is. I'm not gonna ask. Probably both. Like it's like this dude has autism on something. Let's get him on. I'm like, you know what? That's fair.
I know. You got that COVID vaccine too. That probably what got you.
Jesus Christ.
My mom took Tylenol when she was pregnant with me. You know,
circumcision got you too.
Yes.
That's what that fucker said, Spence.
How'd you know I was Catholic? Anyway,
Same. What, brother?
Same. All right, here we go.
Lord Jesus.
But yeah, Frank, this has been so fantastic. This has been great. Thank you so much for coming on. Give plugs to, socials, website, anything you want to plug at all. Go ahead.
Hey, if you want to learn about 3D printing and cosplay, Frankly Built on YouTube. I like teaching it, and yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Simple.
All right, Frankly Built.
That's it, man. I don't know. I get to live my dream job, so every view counts and helps me not go back to the military.
Yeah, facts. Okay, yeah.
He also is, if people want to do some classes or teaching, if we want to come to his high school or community college.
I'll travel if I can. Some schools and associations have worked out travel. For schools and stuff like that, I mean, if places will cover just transport and gas or flight, I'll come out to anywhere. I don't need to make money off of that. Like, I like doing that stuff, or at the very least, a Zoom call, Zoom into a class, give a talk. I love teaching this shit. So give me reasons to teach this shit.
Hell
please.
yeah. Yep.
Email
we'll clip it.
or Instagram. Check all my Instagram DMs. Hit me up. So
yeah, check him out. Franklin Built. Check him out. Yeah, thank you once again. We'd love to have you back on to discuss either One Piece or any other Marvel, whatever you want to do. We don't care.
You got my email. Let me know
Awesome.
if there's I'll let me know how long you want to space it out. Obviously, I don't think you want me on next week. Like when there's
keep it in your pants. Keep it in your pants.
He's so excited. No, it's fine.
So excited. So yeah,
Awesome.
just hit me up, guys. Absolutely.
Awesome, man. All right. Well, with that, I'm Spencer. That's Nas, Different Spectrum Podcast.
All right, everyone. Much love, and remember, take care of yourselves.
Or don't.
It's completely up to you. Peace.
Tell me what you